It's morning again in America. Today, more women will go to...
Hello, everybody. Good to see you. So timing, the timing. Go ahead.
It's probably because there's a small hole in it, and there's not supposed to be, so the water is slowly getting in.
D&D Monday. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody in the banquet hall. We have a new look in the banquet hall today. I had to mess around with the camera a little bit. Hope I'm not taking up too much. Got the center. Thought I'd play a round or two. It's good to see you, Skullface, Gothics, Marcus. Wow, how you been, man? How you been? Long time no see. I hope you like everything that's you know, the change. I like this little thing. I thought this was a pretty cool little idea. But you know, it's a work in progress. I was thinking of maybe shading this a little bit. But otherwise, I'm pretty excited. This took me long enough, you know? Took me long enough. Who says I need a graphics designer? Oh. Thanks, buddy. Good job. You're moving out of Skyrim. Moving to out of Skyrim. You mean beyond Skyrim or something? Are you talking about the mod, or are you're done with playing with Skyrim for now? Don't let him do it. I almost did it. That would have been scary. Perfect. Teammate. Help me score this. So how was everybody's week? It's been a couple of days. That's just gonna go in. Do that? Yes, they do. They have the cool one. So how is Ark? We've been playing on a lot of Ark lately, Marcus. We've been playing in, we got another server. We're playing on Extinction. Been having fun doing that. Like, Cowgirl's got some of the better breeding Rexes. We've been doing cave runs and stuff. And, you know, everybody's been playing a lot of the server and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun lately. You know, Extinction isn't like, you know, crazy. Oh, I missed that. That was a score right there. And there should be a teammate, like, somewhere around here. Oh, wow. What a pinch. Let's see here. You just bought Ark, huh? Yes. Entering. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm loving my wheels. Yeah, so we bought the extinction map pack. We've all been playing on that. What else has been going on? Like, you know, still kind of learning everything there is to learn about the map. Son of a... Oh, that was nice. I couldn't help it. No, don't let him do that. An easy goal. Oh. Oh, that was nice shot. Get that out of here. Oh, so you had it for Gothics. I saw you there earlier. I'm sorry I didn't call your name out there, buddy. It is great to see you, Sir Vampire. How's the chest damage going there for you, buddy? We got a good night planned tonight. I got some fun planned tonight. I'll probably ask for a show of hands here, see if we can get this started. Thought I'd play a match. Oh, for Petey's sake on a bun. Waiting for my pop. Oh, you mean like your soda? Like, fudging sake. Help, teammate. Yes. Thank you. In the last 30 seconds. Woo. Paper plate, huh? And thank you for the compliment on the car, Gothics. I love it. I appreciate it. Working very hard to get these make my car electrical themed. Oh, that guy's not moving. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, you're reminding me now. I'm like, I gotta finish it too. I feel so bad now. You reminded me. Oh god. It's really good, actually. It's pretty interesting. I could see it on the bookshelves, Gothics. Make sure you don't hand out too many copies, or at least patent penned it. I love-hate relationship with this game. Ark or Rocket League? I'm pretty sure you're saying Rocket League. No! No! Now where? Nice defense, buddies. You send Sir Gothics or Raven? Meh. Meh. Alright, ladies and gents. Show of hands, who's ready for some adventure? We'll get it started. Rocket League, yes. Yeah, yeah, I can rage on this game pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see if I got anything. Rocket League. Rocket. Let's see here. Those are pictures. What happened here? Let me see. Alright, we got one. Oh. Okay. Oh, here we go. I think I know what happened. Whoop. Bink. I remember that. That was alright. That was alright. That was quite fun. What happened? We got time. Oh, okay, yes. Agreed. Not all of them. Alright. So Skullface and Gothics is ready. Oh, this, I think I remember this the other day. Be right back. Okay. We will give it a minute. That was me. I missed. And then what happens? You're modding Skyrim. So, the dragons. This. Here we go. I don't know what killed him. A headshot? I don't know what killed him. Let the bodies fling around. Let the bodies fling around. Okay. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around the campfire as we talk and we reminisce of our past adventures. We find ourselves in a faraway land, in a land unbeknownst to us, called Phandalin. We were brought here to aid one of our townsfolk named Gunderson Rockseeker, a dwarf with two other brothers who came across a map to the lost mines of Wave Echo Cave, an old forge used in ages long ago, 600 years or so, long lost to the world. They stumbled upon it and cut us in on a deal to aid them and assist them in receiving or arriving and protecting them at the mines. In heading towards north to the Phandalin from Dracovia, we found ourselves ambushed by a bunch of goblins and leading us on a goose chase to find our friend Gunderson Rockseeker and his brothers. In finding Gunderson Rockseeker, he told us his brothers were taken elsewhere, and we now find ourselves heading north towards Coneberry to finish a deal for one of the townfolk, Sister Gailael, a cleric for the goddess Isabel, the goddess of luck. She asked us to ask the Banshee, or to talk to the Banshee for her and to receive information for her. So we find ourselves not too far, pretty much right here at Coneberry, just a little east of the Phandalin, the Thunder Tree Road. Apex Legends. I am so good on Battle Royale. I might give it a shot, but I've been playing a little of For Honor lately, and that's been keeping my rage going.
Royale, but it's battling.
It's battling, that's for sure. It may not be my Battle Royale, but it's definitely battling. So after heading to the north, we we ended up making camp one night, and our heroes got ambushed by a bunch of zombies, which in turn led us to a cave, a cobalt hive, if you will, funded by a green dragon named Venom Fang. These kobolds were given strength and abilities and gifts, if you will, from this green dragon. And in destroying the hive, we saved one of the prisoners inside the hive, named Sir Nicholas. In returning to camp the following night, Sir Nicholas had disappeared from camp, and we packed up and headed to finish our mission up to Coneberry. After we arrived in Coneberry, a scouting party consisting of Gothics, Sir Max and Miss Spyra, and Sir Skullface, we found ourselves ambushed by what seemed to be the leftovers of the leftovers of the Cobalt hive, seeking their revenge. Right now, currently, we zoom in to find Sir Max, Pro Gamer Guns, and Skullface, along with Silver, Molly, and Zero. Not too far, are finding ourselves about maybe, I believe it is about 5 a.m. right now. It's very early morning. The or no, we it's about noonish as we headed. We took our short rest and found ourselves near Coneberry. So heroes, let's everybody go ahead and do a survival check real quick. As we zoom into our group, Max looks to Skullface and Silver, and I say to Skullface, "You look a little beat up. Do you need another healing potion, or do we need to? We might be able to take another short rest or something." Cowgirl, what were you doing? Did you want to start? I would say, are you ready to join? Okay. Okay. But are you kind of here then, or okay? So, I would say, Cowgirl, make a stealth check. Roll the 2. I will roll. Well, do I have my bag ready? I would say yes. All right. Yes, baby. Okay, I will do that. It's not that hard. It's just the pressure. It's not my fault. I'll be fine. I look at you with a big smile. All right, and I kind of have a slight smirk as you get the sense of attaboy. Let's see here. So, I smile to you, but I also I grab out of my pocket Skullface and I push it to your chest and I say, "Here, take one of my healing potions. I still have another one left. If you will, go ahead and take one of my healing potions, and that's a 2d4 plus 2, I believe. 2d4 plus 2. Let me see here. Healing potions. Skullface rolled a 17. Very good. All right, Skullface. After cleaning up the bodies and various things around the kobolds, Gothics, you find about 15 gold. Skullface, you find about another 14, And Max finds about another 9 gold. Go ahead and write that down. 15, 14. After we loot around a little bit. After looting around a little bit, Skullface, you start to look around in the bushes. It's the sun is starting to, you know, it's definitely shining high noon right now. After peering around, this forest is a lot more dark and damp. The trees and foliage around is a lot darker and overgrown. You notice as we're walking towards about a southeast, following Skullface, we notice ruins of old leftover coneberry. If you want, you can do a history check. Otherwise, as we push forward, Skullface, you notice near some trees and another tower, halfway destroyed, almost what looks like, and you notice some brush growing around the trail or the ruins. You see in front of you the Banshee'S lair. As you gather everybody's attention, you kind of lower us, tell us to look behind. We hear a crack. And what was your stealth roll, babe? Rolled a 20. I was just trying to see how stealthy you were. You rolled you were rolling stealth to see if you snuck up on us. How quiet you were sneaking up on us. Then what?
I thought I was rolling.
No, you were rolling for stealth. You were rolling for stealth. Yeah, but you were rolling for stealth. You're not with the group.
Okay, so you take that one?
Yeah, 6. Yeah, it's fine. It's so as we're heading towards you, Gothics, you hear a crack of a snap of a twig, and you look. It was to see if you snuck up and snuck thing on us. And you look behind you, and you see Cowgirl coming out of the bush. She comes out of the bush, and you see her. You know, milady. She scouted ahead to see from the rest of the group, as we left the rest of the group a little more towards the trail with our horses and the rest of the caravan. We decided to move forward in a more stealthier motion ahead, away from to spread out and find Agatha or the Banshee's hideout. Let's see, pull out Cowgirl here real quick. Okay. Oh. Okay, so you rolled a 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. Believe it is a 2d4 plus 2. And that is it. So Skullface, you rolled a 4 and you rolled a 2. So 6, 7, 8. You got 8 health. Skullface, as you 8, 6, 7, 8. 14. Yep, that is 14. Very good. Alright, so you guys can talk to each other. You guys are the group. You guys should talk this out, figure out what you guys want to do. Okay. As we get closer to the tower, you start to notice the trees are kind of petrified as they go around the tower, almost almost parasitic in nature. You also see a slight smoke billowing from the top of the top. I speak on behalf of my kingdom. What does that mean? You speak on behalf of our kingdom, Skullface. and the group that you're trying to join, and the knight's table that you're trying to join. At least that's what the premise of the story is. What did you mean by your kingdom? What does that mean? Like your character's kingdom or our kingdom? What did you mean by that? As we get closer, Gothics, you notice a couple of chairs and stuff kind of around the furniture, around the almost dusty and not really used, but the furniture's there, and there's an old tattered chair, an old desk, some tattered housewares, maybe some scattered broken pieces of wood and all. But the fire is going in the camp. It seems like no one's lived here in a long time, but the fire is lit. And as you guys get closer, you guys hear a willowing wisp and a kind of cackling as the Banshee kind of makes herself appear, and she ethereally appears in front of us in the center of the building. And she looks to everybody and her ghastly form, and she goes,
"Foolish mortals, why do you seek me out? Do you not know that it is death to be in my presence?"
Everybody kind of takes a step back. I look to Skullface, I look to Gothics and Pro Gamer Guns, and I speak out towards the Banshee, and I say, we mean you no harm. Is there anything else anybody like to contribute? The Banshee resembles the image of a old elven princess. Her features showing beauty on one side as it fluctuates. The ethereal presence looks like it has this form of beautiful picture, and then as the form kind of almost seems to have a change as her ethereal form wisps in front of us. You notice almost with like a scanning image that her face kind of changes, and it shows more of a scary jawline through her rotting flesh of her cheeks, and it seems like the image fluctuates between beauty and ugliness. Gothics looks to the king and the queen, and he says to Max and Cowgirl, "If I may, I would like to speak to the Banshee." Me and Cowgirl look to each other, and we kind of nod. And yes, and Skullface says he remains or Gothic says he remains silent. King and Queen, Gothic. So Skullface, you step forward. And the Banshee kind of brings her attention on you. She kind of chitters and snatches. And she looks to you, and she says,
"Speak before I take your tongue."
Skullface drops his weapons. Oh, I just realized all this is in the same. Or what say you, Skullface? Gothics, as we walk closer, Gothics kind of moves to the side, keeping an eye on the outer side. Gothics, you kind of turn your to your side, and you're looking around the surrounding area. The forest is very quiet here. You've noticed barely the sound of birds anywhere within the vicinity. It's very eerie, cold, has definitely consumed you. And being that you don't have very much body heat as a vampire anyway, the feeling of cold coming over you, oh, that's fine, kind of makes you feel uneasy, Sir Gothix. Pro Gamer Guns walks towards Molly and kind of pats Molly on the side. Pyro or Cowgirl moves, Megara moves forward, as long as Max as well. Zero kind of moves towards you, Gothix, to the side. Skullface says, "Hello, I am Skull. There are the king and queen of Dracovia, and we wish to ask you a question if you allow us to speak with you for long." She looks and she kind of cackles and she kind of snaps her mouth, and she goes, "Go ahead and roll a DC persuasion throw. Go ahead and roll a persuasion or a charisma check. Yeah, do a charisma check. Not a saving throw, but a charisma check." As she looks to you, she kind of cackles and she kind of holds her thin and she goes,
Why do you waste my time, mortal? This is my home, and for you to enter into my presence is already an insult.
Being is that you are kind of talking to her right now, you haven't said anything persuasive towards her. I'm doing a charisma check for now. You ask to talk to her, and so it's kind of doing a charisma check. You're kind of asking her a thing. You haven't. I wouldn't say persuasion just yet. Your charisma is pretty good though, so I wouldn't be too worried. You kind of course you roll 3. Okay. She looks to you and she cowls and she kind of pushes her essence out, and you kind of feel this force coming towards you, and she goes, "Ah!" It goes, "I do not have time for such weary. Would you have anything to make this worth my while, mortal?" Sorry, what's going on? Just not done. I just thought it would be done by now. Homework. Okay. So I come up behind Skullface, and I walk up to him, and we kind of stand shoulder to shoulder next to each other as we look towards this banshee, and she kind of scowls towards her. I asked to her, and I kneel to her, and I ask, "What would you ask of me?" She looks to you, and she says, "There are things in this land that hold sentimental value for even those that are of past. And if you were to find such items that meant something to me in my past, I might be persuaded to humor you in your adventure. For I was cursed to be here and to remain in this area, in this land. And I wish not for foolish mortal things. Money and gold have no value to me. Because I seek other things." Uneasy but trying to keep calm yet vigilant, I scour the area around us with one hand on the saber gun and it ready for one at my side. Gothix, making sure as Gothix kind of pulls out one of his guns, and he's looking at it and kind of making sure it's ready to go. And you kind of hear the clicking of the metal, and as his barrel, as he gets his areas ready. There seems to be, even though it is the afternoon and high noon, the forest is very dark, and there is a high amount of brush around, and the tree canvas covers most of the light in this area. There almost seems to be a slight fog at the floor of our of the area, and as the Gothics, you kind of flick up as you hear a movement in the distance, but you do not know what it is. If you can tell me where I can find an item, I will try my hardest to find it for you. She goes,
Fool! If I could find such an item, did you not think I would have it?
Alright, so sidebar. I pull Skullface aside, and I look to him, and I kind of whisper into his ears. I pull my hand on your shoulder, and I go, didn't the what did Sister Galil tell us? She said she had something for, not just the question, but there was something that she had that was supposed to help us. That's all I'm saying. As Max I look to you, and I'm kind of my mouth is closer to your ear, and as your horns are coming out the top of your head, I get pretty close to your ear, and I whisper towards you. And the Banshee's kind of standing there, and the camera stands behind the Banshee's head as her hair willows in the air, and she kind of stares at us, hissing and holding her teeth. As you don't see her legs, but you see kind of this form of her gown and shredded beneath her. She stands hissing and at us. This is your I will let you guys give a second to talk. Gothics, you should also think of something. There is an answer to this. I just am not going to tell you what the answer is. But I have given the best hint I can. But much less of some way of persuading her or talking to her or something like that. Look of is the air and look, or the spell book. All right. Well, there is something here, and I've given it to you, and I cannot give you the answer to this. But I look to Skullface. I kind of look to Gothics, and I kind of motion Gothics over, or Sir Kyle, and I bring him over, and I look to Gothics, and Skullface, think of something as I'm talking to Gothics. I look to Gothics, and I'm like, I look to Gothics, and I go, this isn't going too well. She's not budging. She feels bothered in her home, and much less of having an item of value that she sees value in. I have no idea what to convince her. We want to ask her this question, but she wants something in return, and she says money is not just the answer. She says she has no use for gold. And Gothics, you see as Skullface is concentrating, staring at the Banshee, thinking of what he could say. I pull out my bag. This is of something of value to me. And she looks to you, and she goes,
well, that seems to be yours. What does that have to do with me?
Oh, I pull out my bag. This is of something of value to me. I say to the king, okay. She sees you pull out the bag of holding, and she sees the magical essence around it, and she says what she says that I just said earlier, is that what value of yours does what does that do for me? There's got to be something we can do to convince her. There's got to be something. Think outside the box, guys. This is our test. This is the puzzle. We got a minute to do this. Like, don't think of, you know, take your time. This is the puzzle. This is a called a talking puzzle. There's an answer to this. There's a couple of answers. We haven't found it yet, though. And much less of me pulling out the right answer. I don't want to do that. So my character is talking to you guys in slow or in quietness, as this forest is kind of very eerie and quiet now. Very good. Gothix, as he looks to Max, and he looks and he shouts behind Skullface, and he goes, is it a personal item of yours? And she goes, yes. You kind of see her form kind of, as the ugliness kind of dissipates, and you see the smile again, and then again the form as it's kind of fluctuating, as you kind of see pretty, and then it fluctuates into ugly, and then pretty, and then ugly, and it just goes from this very beautiful elven fine face to these very ragged zombie features that kind of fluctuate. And her hair kind of expands at these words, Gothix, and she goes, yes, there are many items that have been left over from my family in these lands. One being a comb, a silver comb from my sister. It was here, and it was stolen from me from some elven female. I managed to scratch her as she left, but she got away and escaped from my grasps. And the word of the comb reminds you of something, guys. Do you remember anything about a comb? Does the heirloom belong to her? Not the one in Thunder Tree. Is that the one you're talking about? Undead Instincts. Boom. Gothix. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, Skullface. Yes, I will tell you. Go ahead and make Gothix and Skullface. Go ahead and make intelligence checks. I will also make an intelligence checks, and we will see what we have. But go ahead, Gothix and Skullface, make intelligence checks. I failed my intelligence checks, so nope. This is it, guys. It's a very good question. I like the question. As everybody sits there pondering, thinking, you guys notice as Molly kind of perks up and Silver comes closer to you, Skullface, kind of growling, and you notice the blood still kind of on the side of his hip from the arrow of the last fight. Skullface, you rolled a 16. What's your intelligence? +1. Okay, Gothix, go ahead. Gothix rolled a 2. That's fine. All right, Sir Skullface. Skullface, you remember as you sit there and you ponder, you remember the heirloom that Sister Gail handed Cowgirl. You remember she was told to you to use the heirloom to convince the Banshee and to hand it to her. Remembering this, Skullface, you turn to Max and Gothix and you say, Pyro, the heirloom, the silver comb that was given to us by Sister Galil, do you still have it? And Cowgirl looks to you and she grabs to her bag, and she walks over to you, Skullface, and she walks near Gothix, and she pulls out of her bag. She hands you this very pretty silver comb with an elven face on the front of it, almost with her hair extending out around the teeth of the comb and going into the comb as her hair turns from the design into the teeth of the comb. A very silver, very pretty comb, shiny. this is as you pull this out, Skullface, her eyes widen and you kind of hear this streak of,
yes, that is mine. How did you get this?
As you put the comb down, she goes, put it back now. And you got Skullface, you walk over and you put the comb down on the battered old wooden table next to some other trinkets and old destroyed quill on the table. As you put the comb down, she looks to you and she looks to everybody and she goes,
very well. You may ask one question and one question only. Ask anything at all, and I will tell you to the best of my knowledge.
And then DM side note, this is, you have one question and one question only. You can ask her anything. This question acts like the scroll of augury. You basically are asking the DM any question you want. You can ask anything that pertains to basically the campaign. You know, I mean, you can't ask me in the future, will there be a war? You can't ask her that, but you can ask her almost any question right now. Like, where is exactly Wave Echo Cave? Where is, you know, Glassstaff? Whatever. You know, I know a lot of those ones have answers, but you know what I'm saying. But you have one question and one question only to ask her, and it can be anything you want. I walk to the Banshee and I kneel while holding it to her. As you look to put it on the table, this thought crosses your mind, Skullface, and you look to her and you see as she's kind of scowling, watching your every move, as she's very focused on you right now, Skullface, and you kind of, as you put it down on the table, you kind of think to yourself in your charismatic nature, and you grab the comb and you show it to her and you kind of kneel down and you hand it to her up, and she looks to you and she the comb, actually her form, you feel the cold sensation of her hand kind of scoop under yours, go through your hands, and then lift the comb up into her form, and then you see the comb almost dissipate into an ethereal form, and as it poofs away, you kind of hear her go, well, that won't disappear again. So what is your question, guys? Feel free to ask anything at all. I hate this forest, guys. As I kind of look to Skullface and I kind of like, God, always a flair for the dramatic. And I'm like, God, we gotta get out of here. This place gives me the creeps. As I kind of give myself a self hug. All right, go ahead and word your words. All right, that's fine. Actually, never mind. I'll just take over on that one. That's good enough. So Skullface, you look to her and you kind of bow your head, and as you look up and she takes the comb from you, you look to her and your tail swishes in the wind, almost whipping the fog away as the crackling of the fire breaks the silence of the forest. Hang on, the alarm's going on. That alarm. She looks to you. Let's see here. She looks to you and she kind of, again, you hear this in the air as she thinks and ponders, and you feel the magical energies kind of fill the area around you. She looks to you and she goes, "Bow Gentle spell book, you say?" And she takes a second and she goes, "Why, I sold that to a necromancer." Now write this down. Named Viscount Clayward.
I sold it to him, oh, but about 100 years ago. He came from a land called Eleanor, to the north.
And with that, she wisps away. She wisps, and you hear her ethereal form change as she as she disappears in front of us. The fire remains, the furniture remains, everything else is back to being still as her explosion sound of her disappearing, or whispering sound of her disappearing. We both look to each other, and I say to Skullface, so, what was that guy's name again? Or Gothix, whoever. See, that was a DM tip to start writing down names, but if you hear names, start writing them down. Most of the time, names will be important. Not all the time, especially if you hear a last name. Holden Bowgentle. But, Viscount Clayward. As everybody, looks to each other, and we kind of wonder, well, fuck, the book was sold 100 years ago, huh? And we kind of look to each other. Well, we got our answer for her. That's what the answer was. I guess we'll have to. I look to Skullface and Gothix, and I go, well, we'll have to return to Sister Gael with that information, and hopefully she can do something with that. As we kind of look to each other, and we start to head out, and we walk away. I'm like, spooky bitch, as we're walking away, and the image starts to go farther in our peripheral view, or from behind us, as we kind of every once in a while taking a turn to turn and look back towards where the Banshee's lair, as we head northwest back towards the group. As we head back from Coneberry, we meet the group a little bit between the trail and Coneberry. And as we get back with the rest of the group, we see Sir Blue and Hero tending to the horses and feeding our animals. As we come back to the rest of the group, the forest, as we get closer and closer, the forest starts to at least liven up a little more. The dark, eerie sense of the Banshee's lair starts to leave the feel of the area, as the forest starts to liven up again as we reach the edge of her influence. A kind of breath of fresh air enters your nostril, Skullface, as the dark, dank musk you no longer smell. By the way, you seem quite beautiful, I say to Seems Like Nothing. And you kind of, as you're walking away, Skullface, you kind of hear a scoff in the etherealness. You don't see her, you don't hear anything. I mean, you don't see anything, but you hear this scoff laugh from the Banshee in the air around you. As we get back to the rest of the group, guys, we're heading towards the east, and we get back with the rest of the group, and we return, and we start to talk to everybody about our findings, and we come to a decision. Do we keep heading north to receive to receive that heirloom, or do we go to back to town and resume our search for Wave Echo Cave? Viscount, yeah. Yes, it was Viscount. Viscount Clayward. You can always ask me again names in the same session, but next session it's kind of like, well, did you write it down or did you forget? Because that'll have bonus points on if you remember or do not remember. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Oh, no. Let's see. Please tell me. No way. Okay. Well, that blows. Completely deleted my NPC list of names for Phandalin. And I saved. Oh, I can't believe that. Whatever, it's because I was switching it into another menu. Alright. I say we get the heirloom and hope we get a chance to sleep. With that, we actually can take a long rest if you guys like as we get to the rest of the group. Let's see here. As we get closer to the group, let's see here. Let's see who's all here. Skullface. So got Skullface votes that we go up to the north. What say you, Sir Gothix? Okay. The group, we look to each other. Should we take a long rest before we head up to the north? I'd say we could do that. Like, I actually vote that we do that. Like, we can make camp for about a good 6 to 8 hours, take a long rest, relax. If everybody agrees to that, we can do that real quick. I can run that through instead of, we don't have to do this long drawn out thing. But I am okay with that. If you guys are, we can make camp for a little bit. And at least rest up and get our long rest. So it is about noon right now. We left the Banshee. We got our answer. I'd say yeah. I think if everybody's okay with that, yeah, we would just take a long rest right now and then head north towards Thundertree. With that, passing, very good job, everybody. Gothix, Skullface, Pro Gamer Guns, Max, and Cowgirl, you all feel this essence of energy start to radiate in from you, billowing into an extreme more power. You feel this energy grow inside of you, and this white light emanates around you in a small 5-foot radius surrounding all your bodies. You guys have all just leveled up. Congratulations. Bum, bum, bum. Skull, Gothix, Pro Gamer. You know what? Silver, Molly, Zero. They all, Molly, Silver, and Zero basically get to roll another hit dice to gain a little more health. Skull, Max, and Pyro. So leveling up right now. You guys have a choice. I recommend we do this after the session. We just get through our playing session. We can do the health if you want. If you have everything ready for your level up, then feel free to do your abilities if you know how to do them. Otherwise, we can go through all that later. We can do that on Tuesday too, or Wednesday throughout the week. But I don't really want to do the level unless you guys want to right now. But I'd rather get into some action. if you'd like. But yes, you are marked down. You silver level 2, Molly level 2, 0 2, Pyro level 4, right? Pro Gamer Guns level 4 or 3? 4. Pro Gamer Guns is going into 3. Gothix is going into 3 as well. Max has become level 4. Pro Gamer Gun Pyro has become level 4 as well, and Skullface has also become level 4. So we have 3 level 4s, 2 level 3s. So Gothix was saying he wanted to go into the assassin class, assassin build. Pro Gamer Guns was talking about Cavalier. I'll just write that down for now. Max, I get my ability score improvement. I vote later. Of Exozen. Exozen? What's that? Exhaustion. We took a short rest before we came here. We did take a short rest. We were up. We slept until about we went to the Kobolds we were at the Kobolds in the morning, weren't we? And then it went all the way till about 4 a.m. We took our short rest. We got here. Took us till about noon to get here, and we took a short rest, or we took a short rest then our noon here. So now it would be about a long rest. Let's go long rest. Where is Nick? Right. Okay, so long rest. All right, everybody. So we all decide to, throw down a campfire, set up our tents. We do a short rest. Go ahead and remove or add add your health for your character. So we'll at least do your health for now. All right, so Skullface, you do a 1d8. Do you want to do 1d8, roll it, or do you want to do the risk? Do you want to risk the 1d8, or do you want to take the health? You did the roll? Okay, so plus 3. So how much health? You're at 30? So you're at 30. So Cowgirl rolls the 3. She takes 3. I'm going to take my standard. Skullface rolled a 3. So 3 plus your constitution, Skullface, which is 2. So 5. It's 5 plus 24. That's 29. So you go up to 29, Skullface. 29. 29, Skullface, save. Everybody gets back to go ahead and roll since it's a long rest, go ahead and roll so you have as many hit dice as you have levels. Since you got back your hit dice, you have 4 hit dice. You can roll that many to heal. So however many you have to roll right now. So Skullface, how many hit dice do you want to roll to heal yourself? And Max also will do my 1d10, so I believe it's a 5 or a 6 for my minimum. Gothix, you want to roll? Oh, Gothix got a 5. Very good. Gothix got a benefit on his. So 5 plus your constitution is 6. So Gothix is now 21 health, Sir Gothix. You go up to 21, my friend. What? Prodigy. Is it? Oh, expertise. Expertise. Max, I'm looking at my minimum fighter levels. Nope, no, I want the wiki. At a long rest, you don't have to do that. It's a short rest. Okay, so it's the short rest. You have to eat, though, right? So, who has rations, basically, I guess, at that point. I will make a survival check, and I will see if I can go. I have my bow. I'm going to see what I can hunt down. food back, because then we need to eat. So you have to eat. None of us. I think you had some meat left, right? You have salted meat. So go ahead and write down 1 ration. Roll the 6. I did not find anything for at least 10 minutes. Anybody else want to help hunt? I don't believe I have rations. At least I don't think I do. I don't have it written down. At least I don't believe I have any rations. Max, that's have my health potions. So just write down, if you don't have rations, then minus 20 gold off of you. And we'll count that as rations that you've paid for. Or you can go hunt and not spend any money. I have food, a lot of food, I'll share. Okay, so how much portions of food do you have for rations wise? What do you got? No. Oh, okay. Also, so Gothics, or wait, you're level 3, right? So yeah, we'll be talking about your assassin. So one of the tips I was gonna say, Gothics, if you ever want to write this down, like one of the good ways of attacking is attacking an enemy that's within 5 feet of an ally. You get advantage on the hit, so you guarantee the hit. Oh, that's very pretty. Or you don't have advantage, you get sneak attack, so you get a 1d6 sneak attack. So you add a 1d6 to whatever damage you do when you sneak attack, with as hitting an enemy within 5 feet or having advantage. Whenever you have advantage, you get your sneak attack bonus. As an assassin, you will not only have advantage, but you will have a natural crit every time you attack somebody when you have advantage on them and they have not had their initiative, or they have not fought yet, I believe. So if you get the jump on them, they haven't attacked yet, and you get like a critical on it. So you crit, you double your damage. 16 pounds of salted meat. Very good, thank you. So right off about, I'd say between all of us, I'd say right off that 16 pounds, and everybody looks to Skullface, and we, as we're cooking around the fire, everybody's kind of resting and tending around. Gothics is reading a book. Cowgirl is sharpening a stick, messing around, burning it, playing with fire. Skullface is cooking us up some grub. Let me pull out this fire. Okay, so everybody gets fully healed, right? You're on school on Friday, huh? Alright, so what's your total health? 30? So 30 out of 30. Yes, you have tinkering now. Gargoyle has tinkering, Gothics. So she can mess with your gun and fix it if it jams. Or she could try to, you know, she has advantage on the roll to, or not advantage, she has proficiency. Mine, huh? 6. Yes. So max, I go from 31 to 37. I'm a big beefy boy. 37. Yeah, you get another cantrip and another level 2 spell. And you learn another spell. And you wanted Chromatic Orb, right? You were thinking of Chromatic Orb for a level 1 spell. You can cast it at level 2. 3d8, and if it's a level 2, it's a 48. We have learned the strength of the Chromatic Orb spell. Have we, Gothics? I kind of walk up, saying this, I kind of walk up towards Gothics, and I kind of pat him on the back, and I'm like, man, it was pretty scary back there, Gothics. You had me worried. We haven't been able to talk since, I really have a moment to talk about that since it had happened. But I'm glad you're safe. I know Cowgirl is happy you're safe as well. These are just little makeshift tents. But okay, after... to what? Nope, just 3d8. And it's a 4d8 if it's level 2 or above. Okay, let me see here. Yes, you absolutely can. So you... Basically, it's not that you train him in stealth, it's that you train him to, like, to go. Like, you're training him to, that you tell him to go this way and do this. So what would we call that? What would we consider that? what would we call that? It's not that you're training him for stealth because his stealth abilities are based on his role. His creature doesn't really have anything that gives him stealth very much. But there are things that you can do to teach him. So, but teaching him to be better in stealth is possible, but that's gonna take a little longer, and the DC will be very high. You're better off probably finding ways to make him stealthy later, or finding things that make things stealthy. But you can make him like follow your commands. We can call it command, and you have to choose a command word. But like, you know, you want to tell him that he will go over here and he will stay, or he will go over here and, you know, what do they call that? They call it something. I have it. It's this is the DCs to stay on your animal. Oh, I have it. Hold up. I have the training right here. As that's going down, everybody lays down to rest. We have our Blue and Hero taking watch for us. I will take third watch. Let's see here. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay. I would be awesome. I have another spell. Yes. If you kind of know what you kind of get, you just let me know when you're using it. Let me pull out for players, and what was I looking for, guys? Oh yeah, animal training. Animal training, mount training. That should be in the DM screen. Teach, trick, down, guard, fetch, heal, perform, seek, stay, track, work. It would be work, I think. Or no, work is like they become an animal. Guarding, heavy labor, hunting, performance, combat riding, train for purpose, fighting, guarding, heavy labor, stay. Let me show you this. Actually, let me just main window capture. Right here, guys. So you have all the things you can teach animals right here in the following DCs. So if you want to teach it, guard is not 20, that is 15. Stay, come was 15, attack is 20. I tried to train Silver in guard. You want to do it without speak with animal? That's fine, you can do that. Or do you want to do the whole thing? Okay, after that, everybody's got their levels. So if you like to train him in one of these tricks, let me know. Perform, I think, is like he can go do a lever. But he's like, you got to think of his type of body type. So he's very long, he has hooves, and he has his mouth. So you can do... No, I'll do it really quick. Okay. Minor illusion. Okay, sounds good. So Skullfix, if you want to teach him any of these tricks, let me know. Skullface, go ahead and roll your animal handling check. As you take a minute to pull, as everyone's eating, you pull Silver aside, and you attempt to teach him guard again. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check. And then Gothics, you want to train him to fight. Okay, so you want to train him to fight. So that is one of the harder DCs. That is the one that you can use him in battle, and you basically command him. That is the best one, though, I think. So you need a 20. You have 3 tries to do this in one day. Every try is about an hour. Every failed try is about an hour. Any successful, the hours stop. But go ahead and roll 1d20 Gothics, and let's see if you need to get a 20 with animal handling. So you can add your animal handling. You have a +0 on your animal handling. there are things. It's gonna be, that's the DC for animal attack is the hardest one. That is the biggest challenge. Everyone's been trying something else to see what they can do. But 20 is a pretty hard number to hit, but it is basically giving you another character to attack and basically be its own type. That's why it's so hard. So you can roll a 20. You can give it a shot. Gothic's yours, or Skullface yours is 15 for guard. Go ahead and do it. I do my ritual. Okay, so go ahead, and as you take a second, Skullface, you pull Silver aside, and Silver follows you, and you take a seat next to Silver, and you start to do your ritual, and the arcane symbols and sigil form around you as you sit on the ground and meditate, and you verbally and somatically do your spell, and you kind of whisper in your incantation. You roll 2 times for you, Skullface, and I'm sorry, Gothics. I'm sorry that didn't work. You have 2 more tries, so 2 more Gothics. Go ahead and roll 2 more times, and that consists for another 2 hours. Sorry, I'm not trying to yell. Caps. And then Skullface, you have advantage when you're doing the animal. Oh, what if all the accumulation of the rolls roll equal 20? That doesn't count. Okay, cool. So it takes you in your first hour, Skullface, with your animal. You look to Silver, and Silver looks to you, and he goes,
I don't like kobolds either, and their meat tastes very gamey. I kind of like the taste of battle.
All right, Gothics rolled an 8, a 5, and a 5. So you got some bad rolls, man. Of course. So Gothics, you pull to the side as well, and you go around a little bend, and you kind of see a little slant next to you, and Zero follows you. Let's see here, and you are teaching. What is the word for the command that you are trying to teach for attack? Like, is the word just attack you would like to do? You can have a special word if you like, but it takes you a little while, and you're kind of leading. And you kind of make this stick kind of mock kind of dummy out of woods and twigs, and you kind of try to tell Zero to attack, and you kind of point at it, and Zero just kind of looks at you kind of confused. And about 2 or 3 hours of this, and you get to no avail, and you kind of get frustrated, and it takes you a second, but after about 3 hours of giving a shot, the first day of training did not succeed for Gothics. I'm sorry. After Skullface and Silver are done, that is 3. Silver, you say your word Snarakta to Silver, and again you leave your belongings with Silver, and you want to, and you teach him guard. I'll have you be in battle, but if you die, it will hurt me dearly. And you look to Silver, and he doesn't say anything, but he kind of you know, and kind of nudges your side as you both are walking back towards the camp. After everybody starts to lay down to rest, Gothics does his training. We take our guarding positions. Let me pull this up. I do not have it. Dilly 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 do. Dudley do, right? Alright guys, as everybody lays down to rest, and the the day is still pretty bright out there. By the time we wake up, it is getting to about 7 o'clock in the at night. The sun is still up, but it has been more than a couple of hours into the day. After everybody wakes up in their tents and their respective spots of their tents, you guys wake up, and Gothic, Skullface, Cowgirl, you guys look to your sides, and you notice a Christmas present. A present wrapped up in a very luxurious, expensive looking wrapping with red and green symbols all around it, and a big red bow for Skullface, a big blue bow for Cowgirl, and a dark crimson bow for Skullface, or for Gothics. And you guys, what do you wish to do? You open and you see a very pretty present next to your bed. You want to open it.
Callian, you want to start getting ready for bed, kiddo?
Alright. Alright, you guys ready for your Christmas presents? Alright, so let's see here. Go ahead and roll for initiative. Who opens their present first and rushes to their present? That's I want to see who gets up as everybody looks to their side and they notice next to their beds. You guys notice as if almost somebody had magically placed a present next to your sleeping bags. I rolled a 4. Megan rolled a 2. Whose initiative? Add your initiative. What's your initiative? I did a 4. 4. Do you not did Prodigy? Oh, you did. You didn't do Alert. Okay. So 4. So I got 8. You got, what did you get again? 6? 5. Alright. Gothic's you as well. Rolled a 14. So far, so good. Everybody rushes. Skullface gets to his present pretty fast. Gothics as well. Ooh, Gothics rolled an 18. As Skullface gets closer to the bag, all of a sudden, Gothics in his own tent, as the camera zooms to him, he zooms over and he rips that present to shreds. The present is kind of about a foot long. It is taller than it is wide. Gothics, you pull out this brand new black armor called the Shadowborn's Second Skin. This very sleek armor as it shapes to your body. Let me show you here a picture of it. I might as well. This is the picture of it. The Shadowborn Second Skin. Go ahead and write this down, Gothics. You see the greaves to it. You see the moon symbol in the center. This is a rare leather armor. Requires attunement. So Gothics, you got your Shadowborn. So Shadowborn Second Skin. It is an AC of 12. So write this down. It is an AC of 12 plus your dex. Your dex is 5. So your armor class would be 17. So your AC would be 17, which doesn't change that you already have. Shadow Stalker. When attuned to this armor, you gain a +2 bonus on your dexterity stealth checks you make. You get a +2 to your stealth. When you are in dim light or darkness, this bonus becomes 4. So in darkness, you have a +4 to your stealth rolls on top of your 9 you have already. So +4 to stealth rolls plus your 9. That is almost a +13 to your fucking stealth rolls right now, Gothics. You have very good stealth. Swift as Nightfall. As a bonus action, you can cast Misty Step. Using this armor, in a flash of darkness, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space when you can see. You can use this feature once per day. So I can send this to you on what's it called, Pinterest as well. But this armor, if you do one attack, like your sword, or as your bonus action, you can poof another 30 feet. So you can like move 30 feet. You could dash 30 feet, and then as a bonus action, you could fucking Misty Step another 30 feet. So, I mean, you got you got some distance. You have a 45 feet movement, a dash of 45 feet. So that's 90 feet plus another 30 feet Misty Step movement. So you could almost move 120? 120 feet in one turn if you don't attack. 90, yeah. 45, 45, and 30. Okay. As you get to your present, Sir Skullface, you open this little box, and next to the box, you see a note. And as you open the box, it resembles almost a jewelry box. And you open the jewelry box, and in the middle of the jewelry box, you see this wooden figurine of a Ring of the Rodent. The Ring of the Rodent requires attunement. It gives you a +2 to your stealth checks, and you can speak to rats while attuned to this ring. So you can speak to rats, and you get a +2 to your stealth checks. So go ahead and write that down, sir. All right. Who was next? Cowgirl, you were, or I was next, right? But as I get close and I see Cowgirl, I look to her and I let her grab her present, and she sees her present wrapped up. Cowgirl, you find a Thorn of the North, a bow. As you pull out this bow, you see on the wood spectral a kind of recurved shape and what looks to be like elven design of leaves around the entire bow, with 2 tusks kind of faced in the middle of a bone of acrylic nature. The bones facing in a piercing pincher type direction. This bow does 1d8 piercing, has a range of 150, and the bow holds to 6 charges. Every day at dawn, 1d6 charges are regained. Before making this attack with this weapon, you can expend a charge to add sharp thorns to the arrow. So arrow becomes and you are shooting. If you hit your attack, you add 1d4 damage, and you can also so you have a couple of options with your thing. I want to laugh and cry at the same time, right? Alternatively, you can expend the charge to cast. So you can do Hail of Thorns for 1 charge or 2 charges. Spike Growth or Grasping Vines is 4 charges. So it can do a couple of little things. As Cowgirl grabs her bow and she holds it tight to herself, Max reaches and he sees a long pole, and I pull out a Javelin of Lightning. And I say, "Thanks, Santa." I love you. So soft. Okay, guys. Pro Gamer Guns as well, since she was there helping. She finds the Kobold's Lucky Tooth. Every day she can roll a 1d4 and she gets that many coins. You find it represents the luck of finding loose coin around, loose things around, but every day she can roll a 1d4 and find that much gold and put it in her pocket. A necklace of the Kobold's Lucky Tooth. I think that's it. So you got your present. It's so useful for sneaking down there. The rats that live there will know the area and can tell him. Yep. It's pretty cool little thing. I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, so I pull out the Javelin of Lightning. I need to look up what the hell that all does again. I think I have it actually. Loot for players. Javelin of Lightning. Javelin of Lightning, you may hurl it, speak its command word, VLAM. It transforms into a bolt of lightning forming a 5 foot wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning on a failed save and half on a successful. Lightning bolt turns back to a javelin when it reaches the target. Okay, on hit takes damage plus 40. Oh, it takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6, so it's a 1d8, I believe. Javelin property can be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, the javelin can be used as a magic weapon. Can still be used as a magic weapon. It's considered a magic weapon. Part of me wants to slap the king. It wasn't me. It wasn't the king. But yes, so Pro Gamer Guns got Kobold's Lucky Tooth. We can all attune to these items later. You guys definitely have to attune to these to get their benefits, so we'll have to take a short rest later. But Gothics, you got some really fancy stealth armor. I got my lightning staff, or lightning javelin. I've been having my eye on a lightning javelin for a long time. Pyro, you got your, what was it called again? Thorn of the North. Thorn of the North, baby. Yeah, go ahead. You'll ask me later what it is. And anything you guys need specifics, just remember, write these things down, and then eventually or ask tomorrow. But eventually I will not be able to tell you, oh, this is what it does, because that's kind of on you to remember what your items do. I'm not going to remind you what your items do. So remember what your item does and how to use it, and ask me, and we can work together, because I'm still training you guys. I'm not going to expect you to understand everything away. But everybody got their Christmas presents. As everybody kind of wakes up, you kind of hear these kind of feelings of joy as the air kind of changes into a happier, like, oh, right! You kind of hear in Gothic's tents, whoa! And then you hear Skullface kind of laugh from his tent as he laughs out loud. As everybody kind of, you know, ooh, kind of comes out of the tent. We all kind of come out of our tents at the same time, all looking at each other and having our new bows and our new Christmas presents in our hands, and our gifts from Saint Nick. Okay. All right. So, after everybody's good and packed up, let's see here. Let me get rid of this. Delete, delete, and delete. Grab some horses. Alright, so, we pack up the tent. Everybody, it is about 7 p.m. right now. Everybody is well rested. Everyone's got all their spells back. It is a long rest. You got your full health. Everybody is feeling good and healthy. Silver, go ahead, and Gothics for 0. Go ahead and roll. Or we'll have to look at that now. I think. But what's Silver? Silver is also. So Gothics, we'll do real quick. I want you to either roll or Great Elk, D&D. And Sir Skullface, I will have to write down their hit dice. So Gothic 0. It is a, wow, 1d12. Holy crap. So roll a 1d12. For Silver, it is a 1d6, I believe. Roll for D&D. I will look up the minimum if you like. 1d8 for Silver. 1d8. Barbarian. I know the Barbarian's minimum is, or its hit dice is 1d12. Gothics rolled a 9. All right. So Zero's health increases to from Gothics. Landstrider. All right. We're at 35. 35 is 44. Right? Yep. What the hell is that? 44. Rolled a 4, so 5. Silver increases by 5 health. Going up to 20. All right. Okay, guys. So we're heading up north. We get back to the trail of Tribor Trail. We come out of the brush and we look to our left and we look to our right, and we see the trail kind of leading back towards the south of Phandalin as the tree line kind of goes over the horizon. And we look to our right and we look towards Thunder Tree, and we notice the mountains to our right as the hills start to form that our Phandalin is not too far from the base of. As you see here to our right, we have the mountain range, and we head up north towards Thunder Tree. As we're heading north, everybody make a perception check. Oh, I wish to. My lord. Okay. I wish to reach into your bag. Gothix rolled a 4, or Skullface rolled a 4. Pyro, you rolled a 6. Okay. And as we're walking up the path, Skullface, you reach into your random bag of holding. I roll as well. 9. All right, go ahead and roll. You rolled a what? Skullface, you need to roll a 10 if you reach into your bag. Go ahead and roll a 10. All right, 11. As we are heading up the path, Skullface, go ahead and roll your 1d10. Oh wow, you rolled a 10. Okay. See here. What do you got for 10? Huh. Robe of eyelids. Okay, so you reach into the bag as we're heading up the path up north towards Thunder Tree, and as a couple of crows pass over by, you get the idea. You remember, I have the random bag of holding. It has been about 24 hours. I reach into the bag, and everybody kind of looks over as Skullface is reaching into the bag. You reach into the bag, and you feel this cloth material, Skullface, and you pull out of this bag a robe. It is very crimson in nature, with these really weird eyelids and patterns all over around the robe. The robe is adorned with patterns of different eyes, and all yellow in color, in different shapes and sizes, and slits. Some more open, some very like they're almost squinting. This robe is adorned with patterns of closed eyes. While wearing this robe, you have an advantage on saving throws against the petrifying gaze of a basilisk or other confusing gaze types and similar effects. So if something tries to confuse you or get put kind of a fear on you with or a basilisk trying to turn you into stone, or something tries to turn you into stone, this will help you not be petrified. Really good, but very circumstantial, it seems. All right. As we are heading north, Gothix and Skullface, as we're heading north, you notice up towards the path a kind of broken down cart and some humanoid figures up towards the north. As we draw closer, the humanoid figures come towards us, and they kind of put their hands up, and you notice that these aren't humans at all. These are what seem to be hobgoblins. You have encountered them in the past. Let's see here. Ponyberry. Okay. As the group draws closer, this hobgoblin comes towards the front of the group, and very red face in nature. This hobgoblin is adorned with what seems to be a lot more armor than the average hobgoblin around him, and he puts his hand out and he goes,
"Wait! Before you may pass to the north, you must pay a pittance for crossing our path."
You guys notice that it looks like this band of hobgoblins has been harassing and robbing caravans. But you also notice this huge ogre sitting near the tree, his eyes kind of perked up. This ogre seeming very confident and looking to the side as he's kind of having his eyes kind of barely open as he's taking his nap. Near the rubble, as the rest of the hobgoblins are kind of going through the various things and trash around. The hobgoblin comes up to the rest of the group and demands payment for passing to the north. They have their hands up in surrender. As you get closer, Skullface, you notice that they are your first initial thoughts of them being of their intent. Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll insight check. $17. The hobgoblin to you, Cowgirl, as he looks up, he looks to be confident that he can stop people, and has been stopping people going up and down this path for a while. He seems that he wants his money, or he will not let us pass to the north. They are demanding payment for safe passage, or he basically yells out,
"Either pay now, or turn your ass back around and head to wherever the fuck you came from."
Cowgirl yells out without batting an eye. She goes, "How much would it cost?" And he looks to you and he says,
"Oh, about 400 gold."
Look him up.
Cowgirl looks him up and down. Skullface also asks.
I tell him he'll take 20 per person. Or nothing at all.
20 per person. Okay, so Cowgirl looks to him and she starts to yell, and she puts a fire in her hand and she starts to try and intimidate the hobgoblin, and she goes, 20 per person or nothing at all. And you roll a 13. He looks to you and he goes,
"Make it 50, and you may pass freely, and we won't bother you on the way back down if you come this way again."
I kind of look to the group and I'm like, oh, fucking, I really don't want to fucking pay this guy.
Deal, but how will you remember us? He looks to you and he goes, "I'm pretty good with faces. When a human like you walks around here with such determination, you seem to remember them."
50 gold each, huh? Who you guys want to pay? I kind of look to Cowgirl, and I'm like, you sure you guys want to pay this, people? You like, that's a lot of gold to pay for it. What do you think? It's up to you guys. So what say ye? As you guys figure out what you guys are going to say, you guys notice that it's about maybe 7:30 by the time we've gotten around here. The sun is starting to slowly set to our south. Again, you find yourselves in another conversation challenge. You guys want to pay for safe travel, and that's totally doable. Everybody want to pitch in 50 gold? We can pass through. What is everybody thinking? And this is where everybody needs to speak up. Is there a way around them? Yeah, there's definitely a way we could try. Like, Gothic kind of comes up to Max and he goes, my lord, maybe we can just find our way around them and go around a longer path. And I look to Gothix and I'm like, that might be an idea. You three are kind of conversating right now, trying to figure out what you guys want to do, come to an agreement. As this is going down, Molly kind of sits and scratches her ear. Pro Gamer Guns kind of unsheathes her, undoes her naginata from behind her back. You start to notice the other hobgoblins kind of going through the trash, but they're kind of bringing their attention and they start to walk towards the leader hobgoblin. The ogre is still sitting, very confident, and kind of has his eyes closed. Pro Gamer Guns, good to see you. We find ourselves at an impasse right now. Everybody's trying to figure out what they want to do. We're kind of we're offered for to pay gold. If we want to pass through, we can pay gold, or we can try and find a long way around, which is completely possible. Oh, excuse me. Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. I worked really hard on this. The population grows. What? Oh, snap. Pro Gamer Guns coming in a sub. I appreciate it. Oh my god, good timing. Welcome, welcome for 8 months in a row. Holy crap. How the hell do you do that? You're too kind, Pro Gamer Guns. You're too fucking kind. Okay. Just saying, she said 20. Alright, go ahead and make an intimidation check, Skullface, with advantage. Since... Oh, sorry. Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage, Skullface, for Cowgirl is helping you intimidate as well. The both of you kind of standing there, one with fire in her hand, and the other, Skullface, you kind of push up towards Max, and you kind of step kind of around Max and next to Cowgirl, and you ethereally bring the axe in front of you, and the green and black smoke appears the great axe, and you say, she said 20. Go ahead and roll a intimidation check with advantage, Skullface. 19. 27. Very good. The guy looks to you and he kind of looks to the group behind him and he kind of takes a step back and he goes, all right, you know what? Sounds like you guys have a deal. 20 gold each. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and pro gamer guns. So everybody pull out 20 gold, and everybody put their gold together, and let's pay these bastards and move on. Go ahead.
Martin?
Yes. What's up? Do something while I'm... Okay, so everybody minus 20 right now? Minus 20, minus 20. Blue minus 20. Gold minus 20. Pro gamer guns, what's your total gold right now? I looked to Pyro with a smirk. Good job, guys. Okay. Sorry. I want to collect our gold, pockets it, and puts 2 bolas in the bag and casts magic illusion to make it look like gold, and bolas providing the weight. Oh, that is so fucking good. Okay, I like it. Okay. Alright, so he will have an investigation check as soon as he touches it, okay? As soon as he touches it, but that's it. He just has 1 investigation. Alright, let's try it. Okay, I like it. I like it very much. Alright, so Cowgirl, she comes up to the group and everybody gathers their gold and we all put our gold together and Cowgirl's like, I have an idea. And she grabs bolas from, you bought bolas earlier, right? 2 bolas? Okay, so you put, so you put the 2 bolas in your bag and you cast Minor Illusion, and he will have an investigation check as soon as he touches it. And you kind of make, Cowgirl creates this illusion of a bag in her hand, and she casts a Minor Illusion, and she puts the bolas in the bag, and she kind of and makes the image of the Minor Illusion, and to provide the weight, and she hands the bag to the Hobgoblin, and everybody kind of like seeing this goes down, and they kind of nod that this is a good idea, but we all wait in tension as I will roll. I will do it here so it's transparent, just for fun. Here we go. If he needs to roll a 13 at least to see this, or 15, or 13. No, we'll do 13. No. It is an illusion spell. He needs to roll to investigate it to see if he learns that it's an illusion or not. So here we go. Cross your fingers as the tension gets bigger and everybody watches as Cowgirl hands the bag to him of the illusion spell. Yes! All right, so he grabs the bag and he kind of feels it and he's like, feels a little light, but he grabs the bag and he kind of puts it to his side, and Cowgirl kind of trying to change the puts the bag into another bag, and as the bag dissipates as he puts the bag into his other bag, he does not notice that the bolas come out of the bag and just fall into his sack.
Are we good then?
Yes, and oh yeah, and then Cowgirl looks to him. She goes, "Are we good then? Can we just hop on our mount and fly over?" Well, some of you has flyers, but not all of us have flyers. All right. So, with that, the Hobgoblin moves to the side and he waves. He goes, "Well, I guess we'll see you on the way back then, if you have to head this way." And you see him yell back to the group, "Gora de," and the rest of the group, you see the goblins kind of, or the Hobgoblins kind of laugh and smirk as as their victory for hustling and forcing travelers to pay them for passage. The rest of us start to head up north, and we leave the Hobgoblins behind. It takes us about another 2 to 3 hours before we get up north into Thunder Tree. Go ahead, everybody make a survival check. Cowgirl has 30 minutes as we get out of reach of the rest of the group. Cowgirl turns to the rest of the group and kind of gives the coin back to everybody, and everybody kind of smiles and laughs and is like, "Good job, Cowgirl." Pen. Very interesting. Oof. So everybody gets their gold back. Alright, guys. As we're coming, we find ourselves getting to about the top right, and we head, as we get to the Tribord Trail, Skullface, you notice kind of some of the trees are kind of to the side, and you notice some what looks like a little more worn down of an area heading to the southeast. After you tell the group to follow you, this trail leads us to about the topmost left corner of Thunder Tree. Let's see here. Gradually, the trail becomes an old, overgrown land, winding between dilapidated buildings and choked in vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill, upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof. About right here to the north, I'm pointing at right here, about the middle north part of the map. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and winds its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless, ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact, and the whole place is eerily silent. But as we get closer, you notice a sign, Gothics, to the side, and this wood sign is nailed with a post nearby, and it reads, in common, "Danger, plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now." As you see this, you kind of point that out to the group, and the rest of the group kind of looks about to analyze. Let's see here. Nighttime is starting to arrive. It is about 9 o'clock now when we arrive. It is a little darker. Alright, guys, so animals. Alright, so we have the path to our south. We have a path to our left. We look to the group and we find ourselves at an impasse. A lot of the what you guys see in front of you, you notice that the paths are very almost in like a valley type surrounding, as the underbrush and old growth chokes a lot of the paths points. Which way would you guys like to go? Gothics, yeah, Cowgirl can keep my 20 for doing that hilariously awesome trick, and it worked. Alright, I just changed the font style to hit the 2-page minimum. That's funny. Yay, no work. Okay, so guys, we can go to the right over here, go straight, or we can go to the south. Which way would you guys like to go? We are in Thunder Tree. We're in Thunder Tree right now. We're looking for an old alchemist shop around. We're looking for the heirloom. So we basically find that we can go through some of these buildings or find our way around. To the left, everything you own in the box to the left. You're silly. Okay. To the left, to the left. Okay, so we're thinking about to the left side down here. What say you guys? What would everybody like to do? We have this building to the south, and we have this building to the right over here. Everybody's deciding which way we want to go. Again, Thunder Tree is an old style, very old town that got overgrown and destroyed. Again, you see these stone ruins, these old houses, but not much long ago. You can tell that these ruins are more recent than the last couple of places we've seen ruins, which they looked almost 600 years old. These ruins look more recent than, couldn't be much more than you know, a couple years old, or a couple of, you know, but almost over 50 years old. We go through some of these houses. All right, which houses would you like to go through? We have to the right, and we have to the right and south. Pro Gamer Guns is saying left. Pro Gamer Guns, you are on Molly. Let me pull Molly out. Here are you. Pro Gamer Guns, Spyra. Molly's a little bigger than that. Our animals are bigger. I would like to go south. Alright, so Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns. You find yourself heading to the south. As you get closer to this building, cowering in the shadow of an old tree is a crumbling stone cottage with no roof. Weeds are rampant here. As you get closer, let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, so Skullface, Pro Gamer Guns, go ahead and make investigation checks. Go ahead and roll for investigation. Oh, my fucking god, I can't hold on to a pen to save my life. Okay. Roll a 16 and a 20. Skullface, Pro Gamer Guns, you guys start to head into this building. As you guys come through the door, you look around, you can sort of see through the roof. You see that the roof is destroyed of this building. You see a bunch of bushes, but you do not see anything out of the ordinary. You notice just these two bushes that are kind of sitting there, wrapped around the building. Pro Gamer Gun, Skullface, but you come out and you look to the group and you say you see nothing in this building. As you kind of continually head to the south, wind and weather have done their work here. These ruined side-by-side cottages, they look as if they might have been homes of prosperous shopkeeper or well-off farmer. As you get closer, Pro Gamer Guns, you notice a couple of turned over chairs. Go ahead and make another investigation check, both of you. Skullface, or Gothics, and Cowgirl, I kind of call you over and we kind of head a little more to the right. I'd like to check out this building. Would anybody like to come with me? Cowgirl, Gothics, anybody? While the other two head to the south a little bit. Nice. Skullface, Pro Gamer Guns. As you guys are heading into here, you kind of notice that this place looks like an old shop. After searching around and going through the brush, you guys notice a small box, a small chest full of coins. Pro Gamer Guns, as you head to the southmost corner, you kind of find under this brush and you kind of move it to the side. You find some coins. You and Skullface found 700 copper, so about 150 gold. And I will have 8. Okay. As you reach for this, and you start to put the gold into your pockets, Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns, write down your gold. You start to hear this cracking, and the vines start to move around the building, and you start to hear what sounds like a kind of creaking, as all of a sudden the leaves and bushes start to come around and are alive around you. They come from the building to your right, Pro Gamer Guns, heading towards what you see through a broken window of near the ruins. You see outside the broken window two what looks to be plant-like creatures heading towards you. Go ahead and roll initiative. These twig blights, I'll just show you a picture of here. This is just an example of one of the trees. They look like they are made of the brush or so in the surrounding area. They kind of have their facial expressions. They don't look very happy. They are kind of creaking and weighing and swaying as they kind of head towards you. Retreat. I rolled a 14. Everybody roll initiative right now. So Skullface rolled a 14. So Skull 15. I will roll my initiative. Rolled a 1. Plus my 5 is 5. 6 plus your what, babe? What's your 6 plus what? What's your initiative? 3? 9. He's a Groot! No, you found 150 gold. 700 copper pieces, but we don't do copper. You found 150 gold between the two of you, so 75 gold each. You found 75, Skullface found 75. So that is your initiative. What was this first one up here? I will Skullfist rolled. Was that an investigation? It hasn't been invented yet. Alright, so 19. Gothics as well. And the 17 for the trees. Pro Gamer Guns. Gothics, just looking for you. And Pyro got a 9. Since it was your idea to go treasure hunting, here, take 30 of my gold. Alright, sounds good. Go ahead and write that down, everybody. $75, so that's 105. And plus, so 50. 55 gold. Roll the 3, of course, but Gothics has a 5, so 8. Gothics has an 8. Alright, guys. Alright, so the initiative goes Skull, Pyro, or no, trees. Tree ants. Or trees. Pyro. Pro Gamer Guns, what did you get? No, it was Pro Gamer Guns then. So Pro Gamer, Pyro, Gothics, and Max is last. Okie dokie. Alright, guys. With that, Skull, you are up. I was looking for a cellar. You did not find a cellar, Skullface. Alright, as the trees start to make their way towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, you look to... Right, you're back at full health. Also, you leveled up, Pro Gamer Guns. We'll do your level later, or we'll add everything later. Right now, you're at full health, though, okay? Well, what is your fighter thing? It's an 8, right? Or it's 6. You can either roll a D10, Pro Gamer Guns, or take a 6 in health. You can take a guaranteed 6 or 1d10. You can roll a 1d10 and add that to your health and take the risk, or you can do a knowing 6 and add 6 to your health right now. We'll level you up because you're leveled up now. 202 gold, sounds good, Pro Gamer Guns. Thank you. This looks about right. How much you got, Skull? Alright, so Skull, you're up. Use it to jump on the wall, and then I shoot an Eldritch Blast and the Hexblade Curse at the end. Okay. I will say this one is red, and this one is blue. Alright, red and blue. These guys a little bigger. They start to shamble and lumber towards you, Pro Gamer Guns. Skullface, You jump up onto to the right ledge, I take it then, to this ledge up here. You use your jumping power. Skullface jumps up to the ledge and jumps over to this, and he kind of sits there with his knees kind of bent as he's kind of weighing his tail and using his tail for balance, and he shoots his Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll a 1d20 for your attack. I have you, Skull. I have you at 407. I thought, so 362, that sounds about right. Yeah, so 362, bud. You're 362, that sounds about right. Skullface, as you get, and you do the Hexblade's curse, okay. I will curse the red twig, or the red tree. We will put a hex on it. Okay. Oh wow, they're fucking nothing. All right. You don't buy that much, but it sounds so good. Okay, so Skullface, he kind of reaches and he shoots, or he's standing on the ledge and he shoots out his Eldritch Blast towards the red ant, and he kind of slips on the stone and kind of grabbing himself in the last second, and he does his Eldritch Blast towards the ant, and it kind of just shears off a little side of the ant, but the ant, or the tree creature, is still lumbering towards you. Pro Gamer Guns, you rolled a 18. Go ahead and do damage. What? What are you doing? Oh, here, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
You get mad when I... Okay. The Lord says we should love
Trees, huh? We'll take the +6. Okay, Pro Gamer Guns. You are at 26 health, and we will talk about more about your level up later, okay? You are level 3 now. Congratulations. As the energy starts to increase in your body, you feel stronger. You're at 26 health. Alright, Talon. Okay, so you rolled a 6 plus 4, because you're single-handed. Yes, you did. Talon is a 6, yeah, 1d8 plus 6. So 6, yeah, it's 12. Very good, thank you. As a tree comes next by her, she whips out her talon and says, "Not today." As the ant starts to shuffle through, and he kind of pushes over. You see his hands and his vines grip the cement and almost kind of wrap around the cement as his magical essence, his natural essence, grabs around. Reaching towards you, you have your Naginata and you strike towards the ant, dealing 12 damage. As you strike towards the ant, you kind of bring your Naginata around, you spin, you strike again, and you've cut this ant in half. The ant falls and just falls to the ground. Alright, who's next? Well, the tree goes next. Alright, so Programmer Guns, it wasn't your turn yet. It was the tree's turn. So I will next time ask for you to roll. Instead of you rolling ahead. Yeah, it's the tree's turn. So, it comes to the tree's initiative. As the tree ant starts to appear, the other two tree ants in the other building start to gain form and are start coming out and shambling out of the building you two were just in earlier. Two more tree ants join the fray. Okay. So the first tree ant is going to move towards Pro Gamer Guns and move in for its attack. They have reach +3. 18. Wow. 16. +3. Yep, that hits. The tree ant starts to come towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, as he steps past his dead tree ant cut in half. The other tree ant comes around the corner and just leans towards you and strikes towards you, dealing 3 damage. He strikes towards you, and you kind of feel a scratch across you as the other 2 tree ants come out. One of them moves towards Cowgirl, and the other one moves towards Percy as well. The first one comes towards Cowgirl, 7. +3, it's 10. The other one comes towards Percy, another 3. Both tree ants come lumbering out and towards Percy. Okay. Percy kind of just takes a step back and kind of dodges the first tree ant. Pro Gamer Gun or Cowgirl also backs up as the other tree ant just lumbers towards Cowgirl. Pyro, it is your turn. There is 4 right now. The Hexblade Curse moves. You did Hexblade's Cursed. Critical roll dies.
2 spell points, Wicked, and I'm gonna cast Blur.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. All right. So what was that again? Sorry, it just got really hot in here. Can you open the door? Like, I'm dying right now. Yeah, I just got this heat fucking wave on me. Oof. Really hot in here. Okay. Lords of Lagging. Okay. So, oh, yes, ammonia is bad for trees. Alright, so the Hexblade Curse moves to the blue tree ant, and you gather health. If target dies, 1 plus charisma to health, right? So you gain 1 plus your charisma. So 1 plus 5, so 6. You would gain 6 to your health, but your full health. You gain temporary health points if you have not lost any health. Otherwise, this tree ant falls to the ground. That one is dead. Okay. So what were you doing again, babe? Pyro? Quickened. Okay. Okay. How many points is that? Sorcery points? Okay, 2 sorcery points. Quickened. Okay. And Blur and Firebolt, right? Okay, so Cowgirl uses one of her sorcery points, and she starts to cast Blur, an illusion spell, and you start to see that same ethereal image next to her as her image flickers, and she has a copy of her image next to herself. And then she does her Firebolt towards the tree ant. Did you roll your 20? Go ahead and roll a 20 for tree ant for the fire attack on the tree ant. Okay. Okay. A 9 plus what?
7.
Okay, total? Or 9 plus 7? That's a hit. Cowgirl sees the tree ant and she dodges the first tree ant, and she gathers a fireball and just completely consumes the tree in front of her, and the tree starts to just flame up and just burns to ash in front of her as you hear this as the tree ant dies in front of you. Gothics, you are up. Gothics, you see the tree ants come out of the brush and building, and you kind of look to Max, and both you and me our backs are turned to the group looking at this building, and you turn around and you say, "My lord, look!" And you see Cowgirl just burst the first tree ant into the fire. Can I extract tree oil from the dead tree? You can go ahead and roll a nature check. Absolutely. If that's what you'd like to do, that's absolutely possible. Otherwise, as this is going down, the animals start to grow weary. Blue towards Percy. Silver kind of moving towards Max and Gothics near 0. Alright, what would you like to do, Gothics? It is your turn. As the fight starts to brew, you guys start to notice the purple hue of the sun starting to set and get closer as daylight is starting to wane. In the forest, you see the trees kind of starting to cover the sun as it is not quite sunset, but it is definitely getting closer, and our view of the sun is definitely obscured with the tall overbrush of the forest. Some of these trees reaching almost 20 to 30 feet tall. I try to spin as fast as I can with the blades of my saber guns to attempt to cut the tree into wood chips. Alright, so Gothics, let me get you back at full health too. You're at 21. Go ahead and roll attack, Gothics. Go ahead and roll 1d20. Or 2d20s if you're using both your saber blades. So Gothics, he sees the tree creature to attack Proud Cowgirl, and he, in a quick speed, he zooms towards. Why isn't this saving? Towards the tree creature. Okay, 21, please save, because I've done that twice now. Thank you. Go ahead and roll your attack. So Gothics gets closer to the tree ant. He unpulls his saber guns instead of cocking and getting ready to shoot the tree ant. He holds them tight and starts to spin and try to see if he can turn the wood. All right, turn the tree ants into wood chips. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh wow, first one, second one critical. Okay, so Gothics, go ahead and roll damage. As you start to shred, you start to go ahead and roll your damage. I'm pretty sure you, as long as you don't get like 2 1s, I think you're good. As long as you don't get 1s, I just got to make sure you get these next 2 damage rolls. As you start to strike, you start to saying you gotta do a spin. You go lower to the ground. You kind of cut towards the legs. You see the woods chipping. You kind of feel the chips kind of reach your skin and bounce off your cheek as the slivers fly around. You kind of squint your eyes to turn and avoid your gaze. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, 8. So you rolled a 2 and a 4. Sounds good. That is 5. Okay, so 2. All right, so Gothics, you start to strike, and your buzzsong. You start to see your form kind of spin as you're kind of spinning around even faster, and you kind of have the blades out, and you kind of hear this buzzsaw sound as you just cut this tree ant into wood chips, and you stop spinning and you kind of end in a pose, and you kind of look, and this form of the tree ant just falls to the ground in different wood chip form. Max is up. Let's see here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I rush towards the last tree ant, and I move to strike. Oh, I got this. Of course. Roll off. Wow, a 20. Not that I need a fucking 20. Okay, so I move in towards, I roll for my second attack, for my second hand, that's a 2. Alright, my damage is... Four, 5, 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6, 8. Okay, sounds good. I dash towards the other tree ant, and I see Skullface sitting. As I run towards the tree ant, I get underneath the other little tree here. I move in, and I just strike twice, and I strike down, and I kind of move back and strike again. This tree ant, I cut off its arms, I cut off its bushes. You start to see almost what seems to be like trimming hedges, and I cut a shape of a square as best I can. Zoop, 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 and the tree ant falls to the ground, dead. Okay. I don't know. Normally these are in separate boxes. I open up my Urzvilism book, and to see if they go ahead and roll a nature check, Skullface. As it is back to normal, the forest kind of calms down, and the tree ants stand in front of you destroyed. You guys are in free movement again. Seems I look to Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns, and I'm like, it seems taking care of the threat so far. I head back up north towards this building. I call over Gothics, and I'm like, would you like to help finish looking where we started? You rolled a 7 plus what? 7 plus your nature? What's your nature? 1, 8. You jump down, Skullface, near the tree, and you kind of brush through the trees and what you can find, and what you can go through, but you don't find anything of use from the tree ant, unfortunately. As Gothics and Max start to resume their searching, Alright, Gothics. So as we get closer to the door, you and me, Gothics, we get closer to the door, and we notice a sign destroyed, but on the floor. What once looks to be the sign, it reads in common, Skullface, the Brown Horse. It looks to be a tavern of some sorts. As we enter into the room, Gothics, go ahead and roll an investigation check. I will roll an investigation check as well.
That's not.
I rolled a 1. Alright, Skullface, you keep continually looking around to see if you can find any ingredients. Anything like that. Rolled a 5. All right, so as we get in there, Gothics, the smell of yeast and rancid, old-timey yeast fills your nostrils, and you see some bodies slumped over in the corner. As you notice this, in the same time, the bodies start to stir, and they shamble, and they wake up, and 4 zombies crawl out of the ground. One comes out of the side. These zombies look familiar to you. These zombies have a putrid gas, kind of a essence coming off of them. These are ash zombies again, both Gothics. As these ash zombies appear out of 2 of them coming out of the ground. And I hear them push the stone from around as one of the stones fall off the shoulder of the zombie, and they come towards you. Gothics, go ahead and roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative.
Really? Yeah. And I knit you one. Bullshit. Ran in not knowing.
That's not...
Okay. Where your head was. Hurt you.
There we go. That'll stop happening. Rolled a 16. Ash zombies go. They rolled a 6. Wow, 16 plus 5, that's 21. Ash rolled 6 plus their 1.
Angry. One that just actually found a spot to set up. And you saw me, I don't know.
I was an awful time to roll a 20. Rolled a 20, I know, right? That's okay though, Pro. You actually...
You know, and sometimes you... I get the...
Rolled a 20 plus what? Programmer guns? 24, wow. I roll 14 plus my initiative's 18. Goal, what did you get? Gave me a 1, that's great. 1 plus what? Plus 3, so that's 4. Goddamn, I'm sorry, bud. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate it.
Well, Major never sets up well. I played with Rashad the other day. We just got a cheap hardware. Been doing it. He didn't really have the size to be sitting anywhere, but he did pretty good. I started helping him finish the pre sizable. But he was at the so they got a call. Left after me.
Okay, out of the times I could have rolled a 20, I know, right? Honest, I'm just trying. Tired of getting nothing. Well, you could have been lied and told me nothing. You could have told, or you could have told me a 20. Okay, so each time take damage, anything within 5 feet. DC 10 or gain disadvantage on attack rolls for 1 minute. Okay, 5 feet. Dis
like you still gotta grab and defend.
Advantage on attack rolls, saving throws. Wow.
There, yeah. Rush me.
Okay, guys. So, Pro Gamer Guns, what did you get? Pro got a 20. Okay, Ash. Pyro, what is your initiative? Or what's your initiative roll? What did you roll? 20. Wow, 20, huh? Okay, so Pro 24, Gothics 21, Pyro 20, Ash got a, what was this? 7?
Take it.
Can't remember what I rolled for that, but Pyro, Max,
HIL
18,
489,
Ash, and Skull. Alright, guys. Pro Gamer Guns, you are up. First in initiative.
I just felt that it was easier. You had 489 though, right? 489. Gmail.
Alright, as these zombies start to crawl out of the ground, Skullface, you kind of look and we're kind of surrounded and it's kind of dark and you look to Max and you're like, this isn't good, my lord! And we kind of look for our exit and we kind of, like, your hands are put to your side and your hands are on your gun still. The wood chips kind of left over. What? Nothing. Nothing really.
So
not even.
blurred.
Yeah, how long does it last? Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's only been like a minute. Literally, we took 2 steps into another building, and
That's
we
fine.
got
That's what I wanted to make
we got attacked. Pro Gamer Guns, you are down here, near this blight.
Because I took everybody's gold. I had I cast minor bolas and just to give it weight, but I was super Spider-Man. Made nothing and walked fast with conflict.
The ash zombies kind of crawl out, and you kind of smell this putrid smell. Again, Pro Gamer or Gothics and flies are starting to buzz, and you hear this buzzing sound, Gothics, but you don't see flies. You kind of feel the buzzing sound emanates off of the ash zombies as there's. And you kind of hear that their essence of their ash that kind of buzzes off of them. I move 30 feet to the Enginus? Enginus?
No.
What is Enginus?
That's terrible.
Okay, my phone now I could not see on my PC. You're good. To the Agnes. What is an Agnes? And you move 30 feet. Which way do you go? What direction? Aww, Skull, or freaking, it could be worse. Good to see you, Sir Troll, or not Troll. We find ourselves, coming in with a fucking 9-month sub. Jesus Christ, I got 2 good subs today. Thank you, Skullface. Skullface. Thank you. It could be worse. And Pro Gamer Guns for your guys' badass subs. Holy shit. You know that I never take that shit lightly. I thank you so much for supporting me and the channel. I fucking appreciate it. I hope that you think I'm getting better at D&D. I'd hope. I know I have plenty of room for improvement, but I will keep trying to get better. But holy shit, everybody get some love to It Could Be Worse for coming in with a fucking sub for 9 months. Holy shit. If I didn't know any better, It Could Be Worse and Pro Gamer Guns are paid for like the next year. So no pressure. Enemies. Okay, sounds good. Alright, so let's see here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pro Gamer Guns, you get to about right here. You find yourselves outside of the wall. What you can do is you can hold your action and leave it as a trigger. If the zombies come towards you, you can attack. Otherwise, you have used your movement speed. You can use your dash action to move closer, but why waste it? Unless there's anything else you want to do. You have rehealed. Oh, since we leveled up and we did a long rest, you have your action surge and your healing ability recharge. If you want, you can chill and hold your action and use say a trigger that I will hold my action until a zombie comes within reach, within 5 feet. So any square within 5 feet that's visible to you. So you're just outside the door. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, no much way I break it up. But you have 30 feet. Yeah, you're a 30 feet mover. Okay. I'm only here in spirit. That's okay. Please let me know how I'm doing. You know, like I hope you see that I'm getting a little better at this. I will hold my action. Sounds good, Pro Gamer Guns. Next goes let's get this going, huh?
Oh, now I do.
Gothics, you are up. Gothics, you see Pro Gamer Guns come running towards you, and she kind of has her Naginata kind of to her side as she's running towards us and kind of leaning forward. You hear the clanking of her hooves against the ground, and she kind of stops in time, and she goes, "I'm here, guys. What's going on?" And Pro Gamer Guns, you see through the door just around the corner as you pierce through the broken door, and it's tattered and destroyed and kind of hanging off of one hinge. You see the familiar sight of the ash zombie. You just see one right now in front of you. Around the you're looking above the left shoulder of Gothics.
Somewhere different.
Oh right.
That's all I have to do. Places that I hate.
You know my answer. Oh, I don't know your answer. Or I did and I forgot. And that's even worse, right? Let's see here. So, as you, let's see here. The animals, Pro Gamer Guns. Molly starts to fly above and uses her 30 feet of movement and flies towards you, Pro Gamer Guns. Skullface, Silver is moving towards you and moves about another 5 to 10 feet towards you on the other side. Zero moves a little more towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, and finds himself closer to you, Pro Gamer. That's not too loud. Okay. As that is going down, I used my katana to slice the 2 zombies in the upper left-hand corner. Sounds good, Gothics. So you move towards this. Go ahead. Let's do the colors. First one will be red. Upper left corner.
489. 489.
Alright, Gothics. The other doorway here is open. There is no door blocking it. You kind of see yourself open. You standing next to the ash zombie. It is still prone on its movement. They are both still laying on the ground, crawling out of the ground. This one, the other one is in the corner, shambled, kind of laying against the wall, you know, snarling towards you. Go ahead and roll Pokeball. Go ahead and roll your attack, Skullface, or Gothics. Gothix, he sheathes his two saber guns to his side as he pulls out his katana. You kind of hear as the blade kind of echoes with the vibrations of being pulled out of its sheath. It kind of gleams in the night as the sun, or it gleams as the very faint light that is finally coming from the side. It still glows very shiny with the with as not much light as it is about 9 o'clock at night right now. Gothix, you strike towards the green zombie. As you strike towards the... Oh wait, you have advantage because they're prone. Gothix, you get ready to attack. You pull out the katana. You kind of strike towards the ash zombie. You don't really have kind of a choice. It is advantage because it's the prone. It is kind of a mechanical thing, is you roll twice and you take your best result. It is not exactly an option that you choose. It is because they are prone. It is a mechanic of the game. When things are laying down, things have advantage on attacking it because it is down. These creatures are, two of them, they're all prone. They all were laying down. They all were on the ground. They started to snarl. One of them, the green one, is currently climbing out of the ground. You kind of see it pushing against the stone, as this is the one that had the stone kind of floor kind of fall off to its side. This zombie pulling out. Go ahead and roll again, Gothix, and we will get this going. Rolled a 3, of course. So Gothix, you see this guy, you see this zombie coming toward, calling out of the ground, and this kind of as you strike towards the zombie kind of sees the blade coming towards it and kind of leans back a little bit as you strike into the ground and you miss your target. Gothix, so Ash zombies will go next. So fucked. Okay, here we go. Alright. 3. Oh, it does, right? Yes, sir. Okay. So, the first zombie is going to go Gothix. As the orange zombie starts to crawl out of the ground, it uses half its movement speed to strike towards you. It rolls its attack. It rolls a 16 plus 3. That is 79. So there's a 19, Gothix. The first ash zombie comes out of the ground and strikes towards you with its claws, Gothix. It strikes onto your chest and kind of cuts you a little bit on your side, and the pain from your last encounter of almost dying kind of you feel that pain in your chest, and you take 4 damage. 21 14. The second ash zombie is going to come out and strike towards Max. God damn it, dude. Rolled a 1. We'll just roll for blue and red. 18 for blue.
It's not good.
17 for red. That's great. Okay, so the second zombie comes towards you, Gothix, and moves to strike. And he, as you kind of strike from this first strike, Gothix, and you look to your left, all of a sudden the other zombie comes running towards you and comes out of the doorway and strikes towards your shoulder, and hits you in the side, dealing another 4 damage.
Like running 17, around my pistol, because that's my
16,
distance.
15, 14, 13. 113. Alright, and fucking... So this zombie uses half its movement speed, moves through difficult terrain, slips past you, and strikes towards Max as we are kind of... We are pushed back. We are crowded. It is a crowded room right now. He's with all this crowded, and he still pushes past, and he strikes towards Max. He hits Max in the side of the arm and deals another 4 damage to Max.
I'm picking.
4, 5, 6, 7, so 34.
Because if Frost comes up, shotgun.
Okay.
If comes up, shotgun.
That is the Ash Zombie's turn. It's Max's turn. I am going to back the hell up. So, as I leave, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
A distance.
Okay.
Weapon, then it's kind of like sitting.
I'm gonna have 4 attacks of opportunity, but I cannot stay in here. So I'm going to back up a little bit. So I'm going to use my disengage as my action. I believe that it uses that it goes for the what is near me. I don't know if it goes for all 4 creatures. Here, so what we'll do is we'll just move on, and we'll do that, and then I'll rule it. So I'm going to use my entire turn and action to back up. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna get out of the doorway. I use my disengage in my turn as my action. Instead of attacking, I use it to disengage from the fight and back up a little bit. As I disengage, I use my interaction to tell Gothic, get out of that room now, it's too crowded in there. And it is now Skullface's turn. And then I will look that up real quick while Skullface does his turn.
Did you?
Move his speed into melee range. Disengage, move 30 feet away from enemy without triggering opportunity attacks. Disengage can't be done without. What is the correct way? Dash, wasted. Dash plus last, wasted action. Disengage plus disengage, wasted action. Triggering dash and disengage. Double speed without triggering. You can take multiple dash actions, many as you reliable with your actions. Disengage. Between speed. Okay, so I will not entice opportunity attacks. You can disengage as a bonus action and move 30 feet away from without triggering opportunity attacks. Oh, okay. Doesn't grant you additional movement, implies additional traits when you reduce instead. The rogue must do something like disengage. Can't be done. Oh, that's a rogue. I don't need the rogue as a bonus action. That's a rogue as a bonus action. I try to snipe the orange ash zombie, making the gun finger and put a hand over my eye. So, Skullface, you, as you're standing on the ground, you look through it and you cannot get a clear shot. This building is more intact. The roof is not as intact, but this building is completely intact. In the building, all you see is Gothics, and you kind of see barely the movement. Even if you get closer, you kind of barely see the ash zombies. Gothics is in front of you. You can jump. You can get onto the roof of this, but you cannot shoot it from here. I sniped orange. I'm making a gunfire blocking.
I don't fucking get it.
Okay, so if that was the case, I would say you'd have to jump onto the roof to see if you can attack the ash zombie. Gothics, you see that Gothics is kind of looking to his left and his right as the zombies are kind of moving in on Gothics right now, and Gothics is getting surrounded by 4 ash zombies in front of him. And I walk closer and use the ash zombie to try and get a shot. So you jump up here. Go ahead. You have your jumping, your ring of jumping, and you find yourself on the corner of the support beam, and you're looking down into the opening of the roof in front of you. And now you have an advantage, or you have a thing on, or you have sight on your shot. Okay, so go ahead at roll 20. Rolled an 11. Their AC is pretty low. Okay. Skullface, that's a hit. Skullface, you jump onto the, you pass by 0, you see Pro Gamers lift, you jump using your ring of jumping, you find yourself easily on top of the roof. It is only about 8 to 10 feet high. You find yourself just getting to the top of it. You see Gothix kind of looking and seeing the ash zombies in front of you. As you hit the zombie, you're hitting the orange one. You use your Eldritch Blast and you strike towards the zombie. As you hit the zombie, Gothix, I need you to make a a Constitution saving throw. Gothix. Okay, as you shoot the Eldritch Blast, this green arcane energy starts to gather, and you strike towards the ash zombie, hitting it for 13 damage. The yellow, red, blue, green, 13, so 12, 11, 10, 9, 2, 0, 9. Okay, there we go. Very good. Rolled a 6. Gothix, as you see the Eldritch blast in front of you and hit the ash zombie again in this similar fashion what you've seen before, just bursts this poof of smoke around you, and you start to cough, hack, and and you are now at disadvantage. You are, you have disadvantage to all attack rolls, ability checks, and attack rolls and ability checks. You have been, poisoned.
Would be.
Now, it is Skullface's turn, right? No, Skullface just went. So, Pyro, you're up. Alright, you're up. Gothix is surrounded. The ash zombies, you just noticed the ash zombies, when they take damage, they poof out smoke within a 5-foot radius.
I want.
Okay, it's really crowded over here.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There is a poof of smoke just outside the door. As you get close to the door, babe, you notice this poof of smoke, and you can't even see Gothix's form right now. He is coughing and hacking inside a poof of smoke in front of you. This room is now filled with ash and dust. And you hear Gothix coughing up a storm.
I was right between them.
And you cannot see inside. Mm. You can only disengage on your turn. And I think you, as a assassin and whatever, and your ability, you disengage as a bonus action. We'll have to look into that. All right, so you're doing what again? Magic fire missiles.
I would have moved right next.
So 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3. So that's
And I wanna attack bottom left.
level 1 spell. That's fine. Level 1 spell. Fire missiles. Missiles. Okay. How much was that again? How much damage? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The red one, the one red one, or the
blue.
Okay. As you left of the blue one. Okay.
With blue.
Okay. There's a poof of smoke and ash. If you walk in there, it is damaging. There, it is the ability of the ash zombie. Yes, you're outside right now. Okay, so the cowgirl starts to get ready for fire missiles, and she goes, "Gothics, I can help you!" And she shoots her fire missiles into the ash zombies. She hits the red one. For how much damage was that again?
Why not?
How much damage was that again? 7. 14. Okay. As you do this again, Gothic, another poof of smoke poofs out, and Gothix is even coughing even more. Gothics, go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw for the damage being taken to the ash zombies. Is starting to just Gothics, you can't even see right now. It's surrounded by ash and smoke. As every time these ash zombies take damage, they poof out smoke and make you sickly. Okay. Gothics, go ahead and roll 10 as pyro ends.
Oh, I'm walking up. So you must have hit the top of my head.
Okay, Pro Gamer Guns, you are up.
I moved in closer because I was going to extend and look because I didn't know where you were in there. Yep. I understand. Frustrating. I just don't like.
All right, guys. As Gothix is, poor Gothix is in this pile of smoke. Oh, thank God, you rolled a 10 at least with your save thing. You don't get another disadvantage. You have disadvantage, but like I was gonna start negativing things from you as you start to. You're in this smoke, and poor Gothix, guys. Everybody keeps damaging Gothix as he is in this room of black smoke. This poor guy. All right. Let's see here. It is Pro Gamer Guns' turn.
So the door I originally entered in has armor. Give me armor.
You guys start to notice this black and billowy thick smoke start to pour out of the room and the door as Gothix, Skullface, you see down, and you just can't even see now into this room as you just hear Gothix coughing up a storm. This poor guy. I will investigate the trail. Alright, so Pro Gamer Guns, you rolled an 8 plus your investigation. It's a trail, Pro Gamer Guns. You look around and you
That's why I was really sad, 'cause I was actually
you notice that it's a trail. You see the trail leading towards the south. It's definitely a trail. Pro Gamer Guns, next is Gothix.
Cheating. That's what I want you to do.
Footsteps. I see footsteps. It's definitely a trail. I'm sorry. It was a low roll.
Tell me a picture.
All right. 20. There's my D20. This is my D20. All right. Gothics. You hear kind of everybody kind of, sorry, I'm risking my life for this.
What happens when I pick Hibana and I get mute?
As we wait for Gothix's response, Pro Gamer Guns. As you look around the trail, you kind of hear, you kind of see down towards, and it's kind of very narrow and overgrown, and the roots kind of come out of the sides as the hill. It's very hilly in this area. You notice that you can't really see straight in front of you a lot. A lot of the hills kind of rise up and down as the trails fall inside the hills in between all of them, and you definitely see like the tower still kind of peeking out of the left side as it has a broken roof. Okay, I want to disengage and crawl out. Gothics, you know, as Gothics comes out, Gothics, go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw as you come out and you disengage. I believe you disengage as a bonus action. You can attempt to hold your action until they come out, but otherwise we can move on to the next person. You can try and shoot past, but you got Cowgirl blocking the door, and you got Skullface on the roof. Otherwise we will move on to Max. Okay, sweet. As it comes to my turn, I yell to everybody and I go, everybody needs to back up now. Let them come to us as my interaction. And I also use my, as you hear, I kind of a thunderous roar and I yell out, Lightning King's heavy armor. And I point to Gothics, and Gothics, you feel this ethereal essence of lightning energy appear around you, and this blue chest plate of lightning and electricity kind of appears and cracks, and you feel this warm sensation as I give you temporary health plus my charisma, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gothics, you have 9 temporary health. So that is 13. So plus 9, what would be 22? 22, my friend. You go up in health. As I do that, I back up, and I use my turn to back up. This is kind of rough terrain right here. I move towards the bushes and the side. That is my turn. The ash zombies go next. Alright, let me double check the reading here. I rolled a 14. Gothics, in another situation, Gothics, you'd be able to actually just back out and start shooting, but they are inside of one of the more built buildings, and you can't really see into them, unfortunately. So the ash zombies are going to move out. First one is going to come out towards Cowgirl and take an attack of opportunity. Cowgirl, you have an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and roll a 20. The second one comes out towards and to attack Cowgirl. The third one comes out and attacks 0. And the fourth one comes out and attacks Pro Gamer Guns. Rolled a 9. Yeah, you ask. No, you add your initiative. Yeah, or no, you add your whatever the fuck attack roll. 7. Okay. All right, that's a hit. Pro Gamer Cowgirl, as you see one of the zombies kind of zoom out past you. He takes an attack of opportunity.
Only gotten 1 base.
4 damage. The blue one. 22 was 18. As you hit the blue one and he's starting to walk away again, another poof of smoke comes out. Pro Gamer Guns, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for Molly as the poof of smoke reaches within 5 feet of her. Cowgirl as well. Go ahead and roll a 20 Constitution saving throw, and I will start having the zombies attack. 20, a Constitution saving throw. I need a 10. First zombie is a 1. I will declare. Okay, second one is for Pro Gamer Guns. The 19. Third one is for Molly. It's a 7. What is Molly's armor class? She is a 12 plus their 3, so no, it's a miss. And the last one comes out for 0. There's a 12. What is Zero's armor class? Zero's armor class is 14. The zombies have a +3, so that is a hit on the. So Zero comes out and takes 4 damage. Cowgirl, what did you roll? 18. Cowgirl, the boof of smoke enters your face, and you gather yourself in time, and you guard your mouth, and you as the poof of smoke kind of enters, you feel the ash kind of like a sand that brushes against your face, but you cover your eyes and mouth, and you gather in time, for you've seen it coming. The other zombie attacks towards Molly and misses his attack. The second one comes towards
Really? Because you just knew?
Towards towards Pro Gamer, or towards Zero, and the fourth one rolls and he misses his attack on. Okay, so the zombies have went. They are out. Cowgirl, you're good. Pro Gamer Guns, I need you. You're good. Pro Gamer Guns needs a 14. So that Molly also, she gathers her wings, Pro Gamer Guns, and she puts it over her head, and she covers her mouth in time, as well as the ash zombie's poof of smoke comes towards her in succession. I am also within 5 feet. I will have to do a Constitution saving throw as well. I rolled a 16 plus my Constitution saving throw, which is badass. So it's 5. That's a good save. All right. Next is the Skullface. You are up, my good sir.
First good character.
I say hi, bitch, as I cast Branding Smite, and I come down on one of the and hit with my hard. Hit 0 with my axe. Okay, the one that hit 0 with my axe. Okay, roll 20. All right, and your Branding Smite, Skullface, is Branding Smite. 1 minute, extra 2d6 radiant, so it's double damage against zombies if invisible becomes visible. Sweet. There's a concentration. Why is it a concentration if it's an attack on damage? Oh, it's on a hit. Okay. Oh my god. Skullface rolled a 1. I'm so sorry. And Skullface, he sees the zombie and he shoots his Eldritch Blast towards the zombie, and the zombie doesn't see it coming, but he kind of slips against the balancing act. He shoots towards the zombie and it just misses, and fucking as he jumps down with his axe and he strikes towards the zombie, he misses, unfortunately, rolling a 1. Critical fail. As you find yourself next to Zero. As Skullface jumps slow motion there, hi bitch. As he comes down, he just, oh fuck, misses just short, and you hear the ching of the axe hit the ground in front of us. Unless that's everything, Skullface. Pyro, it's your turn. I'm the real Dirty Dan. Oh yeah? How do you know about Dirty Dan? Too young for that stuff there, Pro Gamer Guns. I know. I'm looking into other rollers, but I'm not seeing anything yet. It does not like you. Alright, babe, you're up. Alright, you find yourself near the door. Nope, you've passed your Constitution saving throws. What? You asked if you didn't get disadvantage on you. It's right here. You're right here in between 2 zombies. It's a little crowded right here right now. Everyone's like on top of each other. I can zoom in a little bit if you like. So here we go. Yeah. We'll zoom in a little bit here, guys. So we got Ash Zombie, Cowgirl. Yeah, and they haven't attacked, or they did attack you, but they missed on their attack. All right, they're close to you. Okay, so blue, the blue one to the right. Yeah, it's right next to you, where everybody's within 5 feet of this zombie again. These what crossed out? That crossed out X's. Anything that's crossed out is dead.
Yeah, I know that. So where's the next closest one?
There's literally on top of you.
Okay,
one.
Fine. The next closest.
There's 3 of them are right next to you.
Oh.
Literally next to you. There's the orange one, the red one, and the blue one, and the green one.
Red one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I did. Critical twang.
Okay. What's the damage? Ah, this is your character.
18.
All right. 18? Wow.
Well, you double
okay,
it, right?
Yep.
Critical?
Okay. And which one was it? The red one?
The red one.
All right. As you it was your fireball? Right? So Cowgirl sees, and she's looking towards the group. Her back is turned to the to the building, and all of a sudden she kind of whips around and she leans her hand towards the entrance, and you see this fireball just fly towards the Ash Zombie behind her. The Ash Zombie takes the damage and disintegrates, but as he disintegrates, Pro Gamer, Cowgirl, and
Which?
Cowgirl, go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw.
Sounds like Twitch.
Cowgirl, go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw. Roll the 4 plus Constitution. You're dead. Cross yourself out. Yep. 6. All right. The ash starts to fly towards you again as this zombie dissipates, but he leaves again a cloud of smoke within 5 feet of you, and you now have disadvantage on your attack rolls because you were within 5 feet of the attack of the zombie. Disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and okay, next is Pro Gamer Guns. You are up, girl. The zombies seem like they've come to you. Hey, Knuckles, good to see you again, by the way, buddy. Okay, guys, so these Ash zombies are fucking us up. Skullface is just still too high. He's about a good 8 feet up. He is outside of the reach. I will say for Blue that he is about 9 feet in the air. He represents 9 feet in the air because he is on top of the building. Shooting down. He is outside of the range of the Ash zombie. Honestly, to get things out of the way, I'm just going to destroy that. I take my talon and stab the orange in the fucking head. Alright, go ahead and roll 20. Roll 20. Now that I'm out of the building, can I see again? Yes, you can. You can see again, Gothics, but you are still coughing. I will be having you roll a Constitution saving throw when you come out, or when it is up into your turn, which is coming up. You will re-roll to see if you get out of this coughiness. All right, and then. At the end of each turn, ending the effect early on a successful save. Okay, so at the end of your turn, after you do your attack, roll a 5. What is it? Yeah, okay, so Pro Gamer Guns, you get your ad Nagana to right, and you kind of spin it, and you're kind of looking to the right, and you're kind of acting fancy, and you kind of do this pose, and you kind of strike towards, and in your show-offness, you kind of just miss the zombie just short, and you kind of strike on his next to his neck, and you pull back, and you just barely missed.
So easy to have. And why are we not
That's okay. It is
fight?
11. We'll probably call it here real soon.
Better yet, why are we
I'm
not
down to
playing
call it like
Overwatch?
as soon as we finish this fight. If you're down, it is 11 o'clock.
I really would do it.
Okay, Gothics. So pro gamer guns, unless there's anything else you want to do, you can also use, if you want to, it's your choice, but you can use your action surge. I wouldn't use it now, but just remember you have this, that you use your action surge to attack again. I wouldn't do it now because it's just zombies, but go ahead and Gothics, you're up.
Well, I told you. You don't know everything. What you know is that you kinda, but you never had them before. You.
Okay, so what you do, Gothics, is after your turn is up, the way the rules goes is after your turn, at the end of this turn, you roll another 20 to see if you fight off the coughing. Right now, you can attack, you can do whatever, but you have disadvantage on your attack. This is an ability of the zombie. This is an ability for nobody remembering that these ass zombies do this within 5 feet of you. Nobody has seemed to remember this, that this is what they do when you hit them within 5 feet of another person. They poof out a poof of smoke within 5 foot radius, and we're all really clustered up here right now. Hint, hint. But you can attack, but you have disadvantage on your attack, Gothics. Gothics, and as soon as your turn ends, Gothics, you can re-roll your saving throw. Okay, as this is going down, Gothics, you sit there, you're trying to figure out what you want to do. Molly is not feeling this battle, and she is she blew off the smoke, and she kind of whiffs it away with her hair, or her wings. You can attempt to attack, Gothics. Smoker zombies, yes, pretty much. We've fought in them before. That's why I'm kind of giving the hint now, because it's kind of like, well, you should, next time, I think I know what I'll do next time, is I'll have people make an intelligence check to see if they remember this information, and then I will remind them instead of telling them. I like that better. So, Gothics, what would you like to do? I want to get the poison out, so you can, instead of attack, you can take this to be your turn, or you can hold your action until a zombie comes towards you, but you can use your at the end of your turn, so you can end this as your turn and do a DC 10, roll a 20 if that's what you want to do. Roll a 20 and see if you save against this again. That's a Constitution saving throw. With that, Pro Gamer Guns, you're up. Or no, you're not. Max is up. Yay. Okay, I'm going to, what do I got? Kilowatt, Flexion, Amplify, Grip Breaker. Okay, I'm gonna try, I'm just gonna give some people some armor again. Pro Gamer Guns, I look to you and I move back a little bit, 5, 10, 15, I'm gonna back up a little bit. And I'm going to look to Pro Gamer Guns, and I'm going to yell again, Amplify Ally, as this thunderous sound booms from my voice, and I point towards you, and the electricity gathers in my hand, and I strike towards you, and again, the electricity hits your chest, Pro Gamer Guns, and again, in similar fashion, this ethereal chest plate of electrical energy forms around you, giving you temporary hit points. I go ahead and roll, and I yell, Lightning King's heavy armor! And I roll an 8 plus my charisma. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You just got 11 temporary hit points, Pro Gamer Guns. So you go from 23 to 34 hit points as you and Gothic share the ethereal armor I have. And that is my turn. Ash zombies will be going next. Okay, so, you're okay, Skullface. Wait. Yeah, you'll be next here, buddy. So, Ash zombies go next. The green one is going to, attack 0 again. The green one attacks 0. Here we go. Roll a 17. The 0 is kind of tall. He's looking down, and the zombie is kind of underneath him, and the zombie kind of just jumps and kind of strikes towards 0, dealing 4 damage. 0 kind of bellows up, and he kind of kicks his legs in the fashion of a horse, and as he takes another 4 damage. Gothic yells out, 0! The second zombie, orange zombie, is going to strike towards Cowgirl with disadvantage because of blur. He rolled a 9, and he rolled a 15. The first zombie just and Cowgirl with her blur spell just strikes towards it. The blue zombie is going to 5, 10, 15, move right here and strike towards Molly. 18. He strikes towards Molly, strikes Molly in the back and hits her hind hip, and Molly kind of yells out a yiping sound as she takes another 4 damage. The third Ash zombie is done. Okay, that is the Ash zombie's turn. Skullface, your turn, buddy.
I get hurt all the time.
Hope it's menthol. That's funny. See, that's what you need, those kind of puns. I jump over the body of the dead ants and I yell with thaumaturgy at max volume. At max volume, come get me, fuckers! As a Skullface jumps down 5, 10, you find yourself 15 feet, or 5, 10, 15, yeah, your movement speed about right there. You see the zombies. What else are you doing? Are you gonna attack or anything? Just scream. Otherwise, it will be Pro Gamer Guns' turn. Pro Gamer Guns, you can start if you like. Otherwise, Skullface will do his attack, and we can get this moving. Get you to bed, okay? Okay. As this is going down, this forest is kind of nice and actually has a little more life to it, unlike the Banshee'S forest we had earlier. Oh, Pro Gamer Guns, you also got a Christmas present. You need to write this down. This was this morning. You woke up this morning and you found next to your bed the Kobold's Lucky Tooth. Write this down. Kobolds, Lucky Tooth. That is your Christmas present. You found Kobold's Lucky Tooth. It is a necklace with a kobold tooth on it. What it is you find every day, once a day, you can roll a 1d4 and find that much gold somewhere around. It represents the luck of finding just loose change, things on the ground, small things of value. But every day, Pro Gamer Guns, you can roll a 1d4 and gather that much gold. Thought you might like that. Rolled a 9 plus your 7, hit. Use my action to get their attention. They got your attention, but it is not their initiative. Otherwise, one of them is looking at you right now. The one that was striking 0 looks at you and looks like he's got your attention, the green one. So go ahead and write that down, Pro Gamer Guns. That is your Christmas present we got this morning. We also talked to the Banshee. We actually got a lot done today. And then, let's just kill these guys, and let's go to bed. Let's kill these fuckers. We'll continue next week. Kill him. Kill him. Everybody, get this going. I use my action to stab the blue ash zombie brain. And in the brain. Drops dead instantly. So you can't call it that it drops instantly. I've already told you that. I'll let you know if it drops instantly. Based on your low roll of a 9 plus 7, it's like a 16. I would say you actually... Let's do a percentage dice, okay? Let's say 75% you hit his head, okay? Or not 75. Let's go with 60%, okay? Anywhere between 1 and 60, you hit his head, okay? 1 and 60, you hit his head. Oh, look at that. You do. Okay. You rolled an 8 plus 1 is 6. Alright, Pro Gamer Guns. You gather your Naginata and you strike towards the blue ash zombie with your Naginata. And again, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw, for you were within 5 feet range of the zombie, and the poof of smoke billows out and consumes you and Molly right next to you. Go ahead and roll 2 d20s for Molly and you. Constitution saving throws. You need to roll 10s. Roll 20, but get a 10. As we wait for that, Pro Gamer Guns, you deal a 7 damage with your Talon towards the zombie. The blue zombie. Oh, that's pretty good. 11 sounds good. All right, and next will be Gothix. You are up. Oh, okay, Gothic. Wow. So, your turn. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Attacked up. Like I heard a shield.
Alright, Pro Gamer Guns, you rolled a 16, you pass, sounds good. The smoke kind of billows towards you, but again, you cover your mouth and your eyes in time, and you kind of brush it away as the ash zombie smoke comes towards you. Molly as well. And then Gothic, so you are up. Yeah, we made it all the way from the Agatha to up here. We had a long rest, a short rest. We've actually gotten a lot done today. Very good, Gothics. Gothics, you kind of, at the end of your last turn, you and you kind of clear your throat, Gothics, and you feel that raspiness leave your throat. You are no longer at disadvantage for your for that. You still have a -1 for your ritual recovery from dying day before yesterday in the game, or yeah, but otherwise, Gothics, it is your turn now. You can attack. You have no disadvantage. Very good roll. You rolled 9 and you rolled 16. Very good, Pro Gamer Guns. Both you and Molly are good.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was game. She's in the corner there.
Alright, as Gothix gets his turn ready, Max, I will be ready. As Gothix gets his turn ready, I move towards the blue ash zombie. I don't want to melee him. Well, you know what? I got an idea. Wait, will I hurt people with my loud? I have to attune to my lightning staff. Remember, everybody will have to attune to their items too before we can use them. But everybody who got their Christmas presents, congratulations. Pro Gamer Guns, you got your Christmas present as well, right? You got it written down what it is. It is a little neck. Let me show you what the necklace looks like, Pro Gamer Guns. Okay. Let me show you the necklace. So Gothix's second skin is here. This is the Lucky Tooth. It's a magic item lost and found. Every day at any time, you can roll a 1d4 and somehow find this amount of gold coins. These coins can be found in your pocket, bags, or inventory. You probably forgot about them. Sometimes you find them in your surroundings, some extra coins in the loot. You find them just in the mud or the street outside of a tavern you've been staying in. You can use this feature only once per day, Pro Gamer Guns, but you have the Kobold's Lucky Tooth. There's a necklace with a kobold tooth on it. And if you find gold every day, 1d4 worth of gold. Skullface got a Ring of the Rodent. He gets a +2 to stealth checks and can talk to rats. Shadowborn's second skin. Gothix got a really cool black stealthy armor that gives him advantage in nighttime and even more, or gains a 2 to dexterity, stealth, and +4. He can also Misty Step as a bonus action, which is fucking cool. I got a Javelin of Lightning, and Cowgirl got a staff, or a bow of the Thorn of the North, I believe it was called.
Really?
Cool. I throw a dagger at the one hurting Spyro. Sounds good. Go ahead and roll your attack. Okay, Gothix, you roll 20. Your dagger is a +7, is a 2d4 +5. Gothix, he pulls out his daggers as he throws his daggers towards the zombie next to Zero underneath him. As this is going down, I'm going to attack the blue one. Rolled a 9, my second attack. There it goes off the fucking side. That doesn't work. 15. +7. Okay, the second one. I strike. I miss towards the zombie, and I kind of swirl back around and strike again. I hit the first guy. I missed the second hit, but I hit I missed the first hit, but I hit the second one. Rolled a 6. 5 + 4 is 9 damage on the blue one. Blue one is very low health. 2. As I strike down the zombie poofs again a cloud of smoke in front of Max, and god damn it, Max as I roll a Constitution saving throw, and I roll a 7 plus my Constitution saving throw, which is a 5 because I have badass Constitution saving throws. 5 + 7, that is 13. But I push it away. Gothix, roll. I need you to roll a 20. Need to roll a Gothix. You always need to roll a 20 to see if you hit for your weapon, for the daggers. All right, guys. We can call it at that. As soon as Gothix is doing that attack, we can just call it because it is getting late and I have a headache.
Mask is scary.
Max. Next would be the Ash zombies.
That makes me...
17. Very. Okay.
That is the only thing that...
Okay. 17 plus things. So Gothix, you roll your 12. All right, Gothix, the green one. Gothix, you grab your daggers and you throw it towards the Ash zombie underneath, and dealing 12 damage. And the zombie is kind of reaching towards Zero as his long Zero's legs are kind of around him, and he just kind of as he as he stares at you. And again, poof of smoke. I'm just going to roll a Constitution saving throw for 0. He rolls a 12. He saves against the Constitution saving throw. There's a poof of smoke kind of poofs around, and this zombie takes 12 damage. So that is 10. Sounds good at that. Alright, guys. We can pick up this fight later. I am totally down. It is very late. Oh no, you rolled it. So 4, 5. So Gothic's rolled a 1, 4 plus 5 is 10.
No, leave now. No, quick.
Where did you get the number 12 from? 4 is a 1 and 4, so 4 plus 5, and that's 10. That's 10 damage, not 12. That is, he's at 12. All right. Yeah, guys, we can call it at that. It's getting late. I have a headache. I can let you guys go. I think we had a pretty good night. I think we got a lot done. I think you did a good job on the Banshee. Good job on the unique way of passing the hobgoblins on the trail. That was pretty interesting. I did not see that coming. I thought that would be pretty cool. But alright, guys, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for playing. Congratulations on your Christmas presents. Okay, the people who leveled up.
Thank you,
Pro Gamer Guns, Cowgirls, yeah, thank you so much for the sub, Pro Gamer Guns, and it could be worse. I fucking appreciate it. Pro, you leveled up to level 3. You are now level 3. You can message me. We can talk about your level up and what happened, what that consists of. We were talking about you being a Cavalier fighter, right? Gothix, you also leveled up to level 3. And Skullface leveled up to level 4. What you doing? Oh. Skull did the level 4. Max is level 4. Pro Gamer Guns is level 3. Silver went up to level 2. Molly also went up to level 2. She got a little more health, and so did Zero. So Molly, Silver, and Zero leveled up, and so did Pyro, and so did Gothix. Gothix wanted to be an assassin. We can talk tomorrow if you guys want to set up and play around in the arena and practice your level ups. Otherwise, good night, good luck. Thank you so much for playing and having my back in the battles. I think we had a pretty good night. It was pretty interesting. Got a lot done today. I'm trying to get this going a little more because I feel bad. Like, camping is fun, but camping takes a long time. So I'm trying to run us through more, and I think we got a lot done today. We got the Banshee. We got the answer we wanted from the Banshee. You guys did really well. We actually passed the... that was really interesting how we passed the goblins. Crow Gamer Guns totally messaged me. I sent the Raven. Thank you, Skullface. I will check it out. Good night, Gothic. Good night, Skullface. Good night, Pro Gamer Guns. Good night, Zero. Good night, Molly. Good night, Silver. I love you guys. I will miss you. I can't wait for tomorrow. Thanks for being with me and having my back in battle. You know, I'll just keep getting better and as better as I can. Fare thee well. And Knuckles, you have a good night too. Pro Gamer Gun says good night, Pyro.
Night, bro.
She says good night. Very good night. Very good. You guys found some gold too. That was pretty cool. You and Pro Skull found some gold. That was interesting. We tricked the bandits. That was awesome. We better not. I'm so curious to see what happens. This is pretty cool. All right. Good night, guys. Love you all.
Hear every little footstep that